Hello. Okay, it's working. Holy heck, that doesn't make any sense. Alright. Good evening. And I do apologize. It is Wednesday, and literally right around 7:27, 28 or so, my wife got home from the grocery store, and as we always say, the wife comes first.
Yep.
So yes, technically speaking, I am late 2 streams in a row. That is correct. But first of all, this
I was gonna raid you after I got done with my own stream, but I ended 7 minutes before 2:30. I mean 7:30.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I was playing Fire Emblem Awakening, followed by Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
All right. So, I have a problem. And that problem is called I'm not ready for the Elite Four yet.
Grinding time!
So yeah, it's grind time.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
It's because you have to grind and it'll be boring otherwise.
It will be insanely boring. I will also be trying to raise up this Gallade that I've got on my team in the process. So I've got it. It's specifically meant to be my false swiper. So that'll be good. That way, when I have to get future legendaries, which I will, I'll at least have something competent.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to raise my team up to level 80, Pokedelta. I don't know I was not paying enough attention to the documentation, but I just want my team to be level 80 across the board. I think that's advisable. Anyway, I don't think I said it yet, but hi Bugcatcher J, hi Dino Guts, hi Snowy, hi Normans, hi Pokedelta, and hi MCH.
Thanks.
But yeah, that's, Oh yes, you're excited because you have internet now, correct? Having internet is good. I will also point out my throat tends to be feeling better, and I do have tea, and I do have Gatorade. Gatorade is not exclusively good for one's throat, mind you, but I remember this thing has motor drive, so no, I will not attack it with an electric move. But remember that I just can't drink water right now because it's too... What's the word I'm looking for? It's too metallic.
Gotcha.
Congrats on the new phone, Snowy.
Congrats, Snowy.
Actually, incidentally, a few of the things wife got me while she was at the grocery store was flavored drinks, because flavor will down out the metallicness of my water. And then she also got little drops that I can use on water at work. Yeah, so that's fair, Normans. I think level 80 is reasonable to be at before I start this whole process. What's playing in the background?
Especially since you do get a heal after the Elite Four before Getsus, you know.
You get a heal before, and you get a heal before Getsus, but you still have to get through the Elite Four. Oh, congrats, Norman!
Yep.
Affiliated status is not... Well, I'd say it's nice. It's nice. I'm not sure how much benefit it is specifically now that all channels have, but all channels really should have had channel point rewards from the start. Like, it is such a good way to build community. I mean, consider what
Well, I mean,
mine...
channel point awards is specifically a thing for affiliates and partners.
Not anymore.
It's not? Oh,
Nope.
okay.
They changed it, and it's actually one of the decisions that I agree with. Even though I had to fight my way to affiliate status to get it, I believe that it was the smart decision that Twitch made. Because again, it's such a good way to build your community. And inside jokes
Some people
and all
would
that.
disagree with that, thinking they're memes, which they are.
Yes, but they're inside jokes and memes for the channel.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't bother with them, though. Well, like communities.
That seems like a them problem.
Like, keep in mind, more channels than not have memes outside of the Twitch points rewards.
They probably do. I don't know. Like, I just do this as a hobby.
Yeah.
Because it's fun for me.
Indeed.
If it wasn't fun for me, or if it was too much of a pain in the ass for my wife, I would stop. Speaking of, I actually may have found a way to deal with my soundproofing issue.
Nice.
I have come to the conclusion that there is little to no way that I am going to be able to properly soundproof this 20-foot by 20-foot room that also has a drop ceiling.
Yeah.
And hollow doors, and is just really not good.
My mom tried soundproofing my game room and it didn't work, so I have to be quiet every now and then at night.
So the solution here is don't soundproof the room, soundproof the me.
Well, that's the obvious solution.
But I cannot be trusted to regulate my volume. I have tried it before, but being loud is just what I fucking do.
Yeah, same.
So, I bought a mask. It will arrive on Sunday. And
How's
yes,
that gonna help?
if you're not careful, I will tell you how much I love my wife. I love my wife very, 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 very much.
How's the mask gonna help?
It's specifically like a sound dampening mask.
Okay, fair enough then.
The trick is going to be that I will also be swapping out the microphone that I use for streaming. Because I can't use the one that's built into my Logitech headset, because that's built into the ear, not as like an extendable arm. So I'll have to sneak like a little lapel mic in there, and I'll have to mess with some of the OBS settings to make sure that my audio still sounds good. But with the mask over my mouth, hopefully that should reduce my volume by about 30 decibels, they say. And that may be enough to prevent it from bothering my wife too much. We'll see. It's because I started by looking for completely soundproof helmets. Like, I was willing to put on a fucking bubble helmet that was completely soundproof to the outside world. This is a little bit smaller of an option. Yes, Pokedelta, put a goldfish bowl over my head.
Become Mysterio.
Yeah, exactly. It does look like he's got a fishbowl over his head.
Yeah, that's the whole point. In some of the video games, Spidey even keeps joking about that.
Well, he makes fun of all of his villains. Like, all his... He makes fun of his entire rogues gallery.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it's possible that Sunday afternoon or evening or whenever this mask arrives, because the microphone's supposed to arrive tomorrow. The mask doesn't arrive until Sunday. I may try to do a test stream or something where I mess with the audio settings just to make sure that I don't go into my stream on Monday completely cold turkey. Delicious turkey. But that's the plan, and I actually have a plan for once in my life.
For once in your life, you have an actual plan.
Yes, because it's worth it. Because it continues to be a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, it continues to be a problem that this room is not soundproof and that I am disruptive to my wife. Which, again, very, very unfortunate. I forgot this was in here. Jay, we're talking about new potential sound mitigation or soundproofing that I'm doing. Like a new soundproofing scheme that I came up with to try to not bother my wife while I'm streaming.
Oh yeah, Jay, I'm sending you the request now because I just finished my Baileys.
Wife has headphones. Wife can still hear me even with her headphones. So the solution was buy me a mask. It's the second best thing. The first best thing would be to actually literally shove soundproof foam into my mouth. She is audio sensitive, yes, Jay.
Alright, send it.
That's why I can whisper I love you and she still hears me like rooms away. But also this house really, really, really is like not soundproof, and the drop ceiling above my head, like that is a sound.
Neither was my old house. Neither is my current house. Which again, we tried fixing it, it didn't work.
Snowy, my wife actually did that once. I think it was meant as a joke, but she actually did do it once. Not on stream. Though that would have been funny. Kinda wish she had done that on stream. Oh well. Oh, I don't like Hustle. Hustle is bad.
Hustle is bad, yeah.
Alright, well at least it just did entrainment twice, and Shockwave can never miss. But yeah, this is what we're doing during stream today. It's gonna be boring, and I apologize. But
at least we know the threshold, because 80, like we said.
Yeah, and the team in general is 75, 76. No, Boulder are not worth it because of sturdy. I can't. It's just bad. I wonder if there's a better place I could go for stuff. Like, is there a better place that I can go? Well, I know somewhere. Go ahead.
Probably the best place to go is to continuously die to the Elite Four rather than try beating them.
Ew, then I lose money.
You already had none because you spent them all trying
That is
to buy
false,
balls.
sir. I actually have a decent amount of money, and if I do this scheme, I will have more. I came up with
I
a scheme to
gain
get more
net
money.
surplus once I start beating 2 Elite Four and then blacking out. When I did that strat in Gen 2 once.
I mean, you could, but that's just not my style. I don't like to lose to trainers. Losing to trainers is not.
Yeah, but it's better than anything else you can grind on in Gen 2's case.
There's not
Or
much
Gen
there.
1's.
There's not much there. Right, where did I put?
Or Gen 1's. Everyone talks about Gen 2's level curve by the Elite Four, but Gen 1's is so much worse. Penultimate fight against Blue is 20 levels behind the final boss fight. And that's right with the only difference being Victory Road, you know.
And the Elite Four.
Yeah, but Elite Four is already a level jump in of itself.
I managed to beat Blue with Bulbasaur and Bulbasaur alone. Alright. More money time. So let's put the Swanna back. I'm pretty sure it was my first attempt, Pokedelta. You probably know. I feel like you would have been there. That was Bulbasaur Blues. I love Nimbasa. It's still my absolute favorite city in all of Pokemon. But yeah, these guys.
I don't know what my favorite is. I'd probably say Goldenrod.
Oh, a lot of people would disagree with you there. Because a demon lives in Goldenrod.
No, they don't. I've always first tried Whitney except for all ones.
I don't disagree, but a lot of people don't have that same experience.
Yeah.
Both, Jay. Both.
But like with Goldenrod, it's mainly just the music and the fact that everything's there.
No, I like the atmosphere. I like the music. I like the gym leader. Right? This is, in my opinion, the absolute pinnacle of Pokemon City.
Yeah, I'd still say Goldenrod, at least in the original Gold and Silver, because I did not like the Heart Gold and Silver remix of that song.
Is it because they changed the game corner?
No, I said song.
Oh. I was gonna say, there's not much different between the two.
Oh, there is. It just misses the whole point of the original, and that's a pet peeve of mine with a lot of remake OSTs, is if they miss the point of the original.
I meant the city itself isn't that different. The music, I don't know, I haven't played Heart Gold, Soul Silver in a long time. It will be something that I stream on the Bulba Garden channel, and if I can do something specific, I may still have to do the shiny wheel for it.
Gotcha.
But we'll see.
But yeah, like, I just do not like the song they remixed for Heart Gold to Silver's version of Goldenrod. It just... I also don't like what they did to Dark Cave at all.
I don't remember. All I remember about Dark Cave is that's where Beast Lad was.
Well, one of my biggest pet peeves is when a remake who remakes OSTs, because generally 95% of the time they will miss the point of the original song. And that's just a me thing, personally, but it still counts, you know?
Mm-hmm. By the way, Snowy, it is funny that you're the one who says that the Whitney meme is ridiculous, when if memory serves, you're also the one who lost to Whitney in your short-lived Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke on the Bulba Garden YouTube channel.
Oh god. But yeah,
I mean, here's what I love, Snowy. I love all main series. Yeah, I agree with you that all main series Pokemon games should be available on the Switch and Switch 2. But, like, the Switch itself, like, the regular Switch 1 is easily able to handle all of the old school Pokemon games. If the frickin' DS and 2DS can handle it, then the Switch should easily be able to handle everything Gen 1 through Gen 6, and even Gen 7.
7. Because, like, Gen 7 was also 3DS, so there's no reason Switch
Part of
can't
Gen
do
7.
it.
But you're right.
Well, most of Gen 7, just not the last 2 games on it.
I always have a point, Snowy. Always. And I'm always very helpful.
X-doubt.
Why you doubt me? I am the most helpful person in the... Just ask my wife how helpful I am.
By the way, I'm going back to Chicago in late August. I know that's trade season for you, but if we can meet up, because it'll be like the 31st of September is when I leave, so like the last week of August.
That's trade show season, bud.
I know, I figured. I just thought I'd bring it up. Because I just found out tonight, you know.
Yeah, no, I get you.
It's because we didn't get to do the Field Museum exhibit, so...
Sure.
Because they were sold out, so now we're gonna do it.
Well, I considered going there because it's a really cool thing, but I reconsidered going there pretty quickly.
Yeah, because the bones, I'm guessing.
Yep.
It's totally about fossils, so I don't blame you, given your phobia.
Yeah.
But it's an exhibit I'm really looking forward to seeing, so...
Oh yeah, no. If it wasn't for my... Like, I would absolutely go in a... And it's in my own backyard, which is what makes this worse.
Yeah. I'll be honest, maybe you should go to therapy to try to at least sort of overcome your phobia.
Happening. Absolutely not happening. I do not need to deal with the implications of those repressed memories.
Fair enough. I just wanted to give a suggestion, you know.
Also, it would probably only make things worse.
Oh, fair enough.
Because this is how I'm reacting when I don't explicitly remember. Imagine what would happen if I did explicitly remember. Well, oh, I was going to say down
those... That's what therapy is for, though, is my point.
Yeah, it doesn't work. There is no amount of therapy in the world that can make that okay. And let's stop talking about this, because I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, let's stop. Anyway.
Let's go back to talking about how much I love my wife.
Let's go back to me trying to get a screenshot to send Jay.
I don't know why you all doubt that I can be helpful, by the way. I did see you button mashing X in Twitch chat, Jay, and I find it very rude. Yeah, no. I am aware of the natural history. Like, I don't even go to the Smithsonian's natural history section or whatever the heck it is. I had to sit out when we did that on my class trip to DC. And I said,
Gotcha.
You don't want me to go in there unless you want to be cleaning puke off the museum floors and exhibits.
Let's stop talking about this, considering it's very much your phobia. Anyway.
Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, beating up athletes. I like beating up athletes. It's funny.
Oh right, Nimbasa trainers. Forgot about
Speaking
those.
of athletes, I heard some hilarious news.
Oh?
The Chicago Bears are moving to Indiana.
Dad's not gonna be a fan of that one. Dad is gonna be pissed.
A lot of people in this area are pissed. Meanwhile, my wife is, well, she grew up in Milwaukee, so...
Oh, so she's a Packers fan, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can probably tell who she roots for, but... I don't care.
I don't care because I'm a 49ers fan, but...
I'm just laughing because, holy heck, that's the funniest thing that I've ever heard.
I'm a 49ers fan, so I don't care for my dad's affiliation except for when Father's Day rolls around, which is coming up soon.
No, Snowy, we had Bears in Chicago. I guess we still have Cubs in Chicago.
Yeah, but they're going through their usual stuff right now.
Always with them.
Sometimes they win, but lose at the last second.
More often they do not.
Yeah. Like, sometimes they go to the playoffs and make it far only to lose, like last year, you know?
Trust me, as much as I don't want to be, I am well aware of Chicago sports balls.
Personally, I'm a big fan of the Cubs, so, like, but that's because I grew up with them, and Des Moines literally had the iCubs, so... Which is their step-down team, you know?
Yes, no, you lost a war against emus. We won a war against bears. We're better than you.
I can't believe that war still exists. Every time I talk to a friend from Australia, they're like, yeah, we don't either.
That's still one of the most hilarious things I've ever heard.
Exactly. Even other Australians are bamboozled by it.
I just make fun of them for it. There's lots of things to make fun of Australians for. Then again, there's lots of things to make fun of basically
Make fun of any
everybody
country for, let's be real. Lots of things to make fun of any country on the planet for.
That's why I said everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm an equal opportunity... Well, no, I'm not an equal opportunity make fun of her. I make fun of myself more than I make fun of anybody else.
Fair enough. I just don't make fun of anyone except people that actually are okay with it, you know. Like, you're okay with me making fun of you, so I do that, but I don't make fun of someone who's not okay with it, you know?
I don't make fun of redheads. You don't know that!
Oh, daring today, are we?
I made fun of Ron Delight a lot.
Yeah, but female redheads.
Oh, that wasn't what Jay said! Also, I make fun of Snowy a lot.
Okay, fair,
See,
because Snowy's
Snowy
a
said
Vulpix.
No, Snowy actually is a redhead.
Oh, TIL.
I've known that for a while, but it actually came up during my stream. So after you popped out on Monday's stream, Snowy popped in at one point. And
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, and At one point I said, always trust the redheads, while Snowy was in voice chat. He's like,
Oh,
oh, and then I had to clarify, no, always trust the cute redhead girls.
fair enough. You don't want to give your goblins that power, or moderator in Snowy's case.
I don't trust anybody. Except my
Trust
wife.
nobody, not even yourself.
Oh, look, myself is the last. I know I'm not trustworthy. You should all trust me, but I know that I'm not trustworthy.
Well, at least you're aware.
Yeah, you all should definitely trust me. I'm not sure why you don't trust me, Jay. I told you you could. I told you you should. It's the smart thing to do.
This statement is a lie. That classic paradox.
You blew up
That reminds
Norman's
me.
head.
That reminds me, Emmy, did I ever show you that pun I made when I got my Switch 2?
You did not.
I took a picture of the Switch 1 next to the Switch 2 and made a joke I stole from Disney World.
You
We got a dock on the
switched
left and a
your
dock on the right. I like to call them a paradox.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's what I said when I saw David Tennant next to Matt Smith.
But they're not docks.
Yes, they were.
When were they ever at a dock?
Not at a dock, they were docks.
Oh! Right. Because they're both the doctor.
Yes. I was waiting to see if you would get it, otherwise I was going to give it a couple more seconds and then explain.
I can't believe I didn't get that right away.
It's alright. We all have off days.
Yeah.
If I don't immediately get a joke that my wife tells, she makes a pouty face and I feel very sad.
How?
Don't you dare insult my wife! She deserves better. She deserves so much better. I feel like Dawning poked her head into the media room relatively recently. I know she hasn't been feeling great. I was hoping she might, but she might actually be at rehearsal. So, we'll see. I know she hasn't been feeling great. And rehearsal obviously has to come before anything else. So, she goes to rehearsal, she probably doesn't have the energy to come in here and join me in my tomfoolery, even though my name's not Tom.
Tom and Jerry?
Yeah. Such a good cartoon.
It's very fluidly animated for the time, too.
It really is. You know, I'd probably make more progress leveling stuff up if I just ditched the Gallade. If you don't have the energy to join me in my tomfoolery, why are you here? Why do I engage in tomfoolery if I don't have the energy for it? Because if I didn't, I'd be bored out of my skull.
That's for nuts. That's all nuts!
Yeah, we probably are all... We're all mad here, just like Wonderland.
That'll be 10 bucks, baby! You want friends with that?
Yes.
He just left! What this?
What do you want to...
In case
Hey,
it wasn't
I have a
obvious, I've never seen
question.
the film.
I have a very good question for chat. If I find a shiny Pokemon here, can that count towards Mercy Rules for my Sunday stream?
No. Everyone's agreeing.
Why are you all so mean? Only if it's muds. You know that's technically impossible, like Dino Guts. I can find most... Well, I can find every Pokemon Gen 1 to Gen 5 in this game, but that's the Gen 7 Pokemon.
Snowy, if you're throwing an oversized spanking plush at me, do I get to keep it? Otherwise, I'd accept it. Besides, it's a reference to a film I like, Kong Power into the Fist.
Here's some advice for you, Snowy. Don't throw something at another person that you might actually want to keep. Because if you throw something, the person you threw it at might decide to keep it whether you want them to or not.
Well, I'm nice. I'll just throw it back at him. Whoosh!
I would not necessarily be so nice. Wait, what am I saying? I'm perfectly trustworthy. You can trust me. Alright. Trust MCH. Well, MCH has met me. MCH knows that I am incredibly trustworthy.
I met you twice. I'm not sure I'd agree there.
What? But... That's really rude.
I'm joking, you know. I actually do trust you.
Obviously, you're one of the few people who would willingly get into a car where I am the driver.
Yeah. I'm just... Like, if real talk, I do trust you, but for the sake of the stream, I'm gonna say course. I don't.
I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with that Urza card I bought last week.
Oh, right. You bought that!
I did?
It was only $80.
The price has apparently gone up since last week. So... I got a good deal.
It was a good deal.
And that other card...
I can't drive myself. Normally I trust my parents to drive. Okay, maybe not my dad. I do not trust my dad to drive because he drives with his phone all the frickin' time, then yells at me when I do it because I don't drive, so therefore I don't get to be a backseat driver. And he's just not a good driver, period, and I hate getting in the car with him, but he's the only way we can go on road trips because Mom can't drive for more than an hour.
I hate driving. I hate it so much.
I just hate being a dad when they're driving.
I mean, okay. I'll clarify. What I hate more than driving is I hate traffic. The problem is around here, there's generally
You're in a big city. It's inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, in the suburbs, there may not be as much, but like a distance of about 20 miles. Without traffic, it can take me 35... Okay. During COVID, when there were no cars on the road and they were a lot more lax about speed limit enforcement, I could get home in about 30 to 35 minutes.
It takes me 10 minutes to drive for my mom to take me a few miles here, but that's because I'm in a less big city than you.
Yeah, but normally, speed limit obeying, traffic light. Well, okay, I still obeyed the traffic lights even when nobody else was on the road. But
Oh boy, I hate late at night drivers. I take walks down the street to my local gas station. Trust me when I say this, none of them go the speed limit.
oh, did I tell? I don't know if I ever told y'all the story of how I almost died on my way back from, well, she wasn't even my girlfriend at the time, but on my way back to my apartment from my wife's, from the place where my wife was subletting, the summer that I met her.
Oh.
I don't think I ever told y'all this story. No, Dino Guts, I did not do something stupid. I did something incredibly smart, which is to say, I was aware of my surroundings. Which I know,
Which
any
is
of
probably
y'all
what
who have
saved
seen
your
me play,
life is-
well, any of y'all who have seen me play Legends Arceus or Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom are very suspicious that I am capable of doing that. No, I actually am capable of. Because, at least in real life, there's no fucking camera that I have to adjust. I know how my head works. I can turn my head around, and it's much but, like, whatever. So I told y'all some stories about my doof butt of a roommate.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
no, this is to explain why I was out so late. This was around 3 o'clock in the morning when I left. And, the reason why I think a lot of people suspected that my wife and I would start dating at some point probably had to do with the fact that basically over that summer, I was over at her house, her house, where she was subletting, basically every day of the week. And I was staying there until, ungodly hours of the night.
Yeah.
But that was I enjoyed her company, I really did. And we, binge watch MASH, we'd binge watch Star Trek, it was fun. And we'd get, those little flavor ices in the big plastic tubes, because it was a really hot summer. So it was nice. And I just wanted to spend as much time away from my apartment and that dumbass of a roommate. Dino Guts, you know that. Well, you should know that, because I've told that story. It took months for me to figure out that I had feelings for her. Because that wasn't the plan when I met her.
In any case, how'd you nearly
So,
die?
left her apartment, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I get to the street where, there's a light to cross the road, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So you'd think, okay, should be fine, no. I wait until the light turns green before starting to cross. And even then, I wait a little longer, because while I'm waiting at the light, I see that there's somebody coming down the road. And what I see is this idiot hit a parked car on the side of the road. He's on the other side of the street, right? Hits a parked car, knocks that parked car into traffic. From a parking lane into a traffic lane. And then, as the light is turning green for me, red for him, he just breezes right through the fucking light. And on the wrong side of the road, no less. And then immediately gets into
That's really how someone infamously died on the street that mine connects to. And they used to have a while biking late at night. They used to have a memorial for him that sadly a lot of people ran into, hit and run style.
So you didn't let me finish the story. So he's driving on the wrong side of the street, and then immediately gets into a head-on collision with a car going the other direction. And so I almost died because if I actually hadn't been paying attention and had tried to cross the street when it was perfectly legal for me to do so, I would have gotten pasted.
Yeah, that's what happened to the biker in the story I mentioned. They had a white bike as tribute, and the pole he literally died at, the chain to it, and more people just ran into that bike and hit and run with it. Ironically enough.
Oh, that was a beautiful turn for me to select Earthquake.
Nice, because the dig.
Yes. Anyway, the story is not over yet. So, guy hits and runs, or doesn't hit and run, gets into a head-on collision with a car going the other way. Obviously, he can't, like, just go, well, he doesn't try to get out, like, both parties get out of the car, you know, the car that he hit, it's a guy and presumably his girlfriend or wife or whoever, but, like, there's a guy and a girl in the car that he hit, and then there's this guy who, not exactly sober, shall we say, but gets out of his car, gets out of his car, and his face is all fucking bloody.
Ooh!
And so the two parties start talking. And meanwhile, I haven't left yet because I was a witness to this accident. And I see that you know, the hit party starts to take out his phone, and the guy who got, you know, the guy who caused the accident sees that the other guy's pulling out his phone and, like, turns, goes right back into his car and tries to bolt away. Like, he gets in his car and, like, drives the fuck away. What he doesn't realize is that while I've been standing there, I got down at least the first several digits of his license plate and the make and model of the vehicle.
Nice.
So the police show up. Meanwhile, by the way, so it's still about 3 o'clock in the morning. You would think that there wouldn't be a ton of people on the road, but there are actually a surprising number of people on the road. On the other side of the street, where that parked car has been knocked into traffic, there's actually cars that are behind it, waiting for it to move.
Never realized it wasn't.
So while the cops are there, I also had to tell them, hey, by the way, that car over there was also knocked into traffic by this guy. So I didn't stick around much after that, because I still needed to get home and go to sleep. But I am reliably...
Your job was done by that point.
Yeah, my job was done, and I am reliably informed that they got the fucker.
God. Yeah, there's a lot. That's why you never drink and drive, people.
Well, obviously, but, like, where I went to school was a notorious booze. You know, it's a notorious not that I ever partied, but it is a notorious party school. It's also a good school. Like, it is a Big Ten university. Although I think that's mostly a sports thing, but it
is a sports thing.
It is a good school, and the engineering department was fantastic. I mean, the Swanson School of Engineering at University of Pittsburgh was good too. I kind of wish I could have also gone there, but
you say that, but remember the guy in my story I mentioned, Pokey Delta? He didn't lose his license and was caught doing the same thing 3 times before. He was drunk driving, hit and ran, and sometimes even ran over people. This was his second person he ran over in my story, and it was so bad the bike that the guy was on literally snapped in half, and the guy was flying over the street. Like, that's why they put a tribute for him at the pole he was hit at.
Well, at least I didn't die.
Yeah. But, like, that guy, and apparently, he got bailed out, too, after he got arrested for that third time.
But anyway, I don't know. Again, my involvement in the story ends there. I don't know what happened. Like, there were some cars on the road, but there weren't a lot with, with a make and model of the vehicle and with the first few, numbers of the drivers or of the license plate, plus the fact that the guy had a fucking bloody face, it would have stood out like a sore thumb. So
yeah.
Plus the damage to the car in the first place. The guy
in my story was literally right up the street from me, so...
Yeah. But I told my wife about that when I saw her. I was going to say the next day, but I think it was technically the same day.
That's scary.
It is what it is.
I agree, Snowy.
Some humans should not be allowed. Like, there should, when it comes to these things and this sort of, it should be a...
We have enforcement for cars for a reason, but no one pays attention to them.
Well,
read my dad.
When it comes to things like DUIs or, fatal accidents or whatever, one and done. Like, you have one strike. You mess that up, you're done. No more driver's license for you ever again.
He's been in so many crashes because of him, so yeah.
Well, again, a regular crash... Well, okay, I say a regular. Like, people will get into accidents. Sometimes, like, I've been in a car accident that's my fault. It was not fatal. It was, a fender bender, as it were. But, like, when it comes to accidents that have fatalities, when it comes to DUIs or any kind of driving while on any, there should be a one and done. You screw that up, you are never, ever allowed behind the wheel of a vehicle again.
My brother has been in, like, 5 fender benders, and my dad has surprisingly hasn't, even though he's an even worse driver than my brother.
Because cars
people wonder why I don't want to learn how to drive.
Cars are weapons. It's why when the weather turns bad here, like when the weather gets cold or icy or whatever here, I fucking hate driving more than you. Like, it's not that I don't trust myself, although, is my car the best in the snow? No, it's not.
It's people that don't know how to drive on snow when it first snows.
But I also understand how to drive my car in the snow, and believe it or not, will actually have the patience to slow down to a damn near crawl if I have to get home.
That's one thing I will give my dad's driving. He does know how to drive in snow and rain.
Oh my god. So, the company that I work for also has locations in Georgia and California. I may have mentioned that before. We had a company meeting in our office here in the winter. I don't remember if it was December or if it was February or somewhere, no, I think it must have been February. So I think our December meeting is usually in California, which I enjoy if I can go to it. But it started snowing. And
I can see where this is going.
I specifically said, okay, don't let the Georgia or California guys drive the car, the company van. Well, guess what they did?
They didn't listen.
The van was okay, but apparently it was terrifying for all who were inside it.
Yeah, I remember going to Yosemite, and they mentioned, and because it's in California, they had like tiers of snow you have to abide by if you want to go into some parts of the mountains there. One of which was chains on your tires, and it's like, yeah, I'm from Iowa. I know how to deal with this shit, and my family does too.
I mean, shit is the correct word for it. It is garbage from the heavens.
Really, it needs dirt to even create.
Speaking of Z-A, so I got 2 hyperspace shinies yesterday. Shiny
I thought you weren't going to
Feebas.
get the DLC.
Shh. I end up doing a lot of things I said I wasn't going to do.
Fair enough.
But I got Shiny Feebas and Shiny Sock. Also, Shiny Heatran is fucking ugly. Jesus Christ, that thing is just... It's ugly as shit! Who designed that?
I mean, Kensuke Mori designed the Gen 4 shinies because he was still the designer at the time.
No, not the Gen 4. I'm talking about... Oh, did I say Shiny Heatran? I meant Mega Heatran.
Oh, Mega Heatran.
Mega Heatran is fucking ugly.
Yeah. I have no arguments for that one.
That's what I meant, was... Yeah. I mean, Shiny Heatran is actually somewhat not, but, like, some people might argue that regular Heatran is ugly. I see it, but I actually... Like, for what it's supposed to be, a Pokemon that is literally molten metal, it works pretty fucking well. I like it. Yes.
But Gen 4 is also my favorite gen, remember?
I mean... You're not going to get an argument from me.
Yeah.
Platinum is still my favorite game.
Platinum, Heart Gold to Silver, Black 2, White 2, and Crystal are my 4 favorites.
Very respectable, sir. Very respectable.
But I also replay OG Diamond and Pearl here and there and have.
I mean, I'd almost rather play... I'd rather play Diamond and Pearl than go back to Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. But to be fair...
If you ever go back to that, not on the Bulba channel, but here, I could help you set up Luminescent Platinum.
I think I'm good. I've got plenty of stuff that I need to get to.
Yeah, just have to play them out in all the mods to Gen 9 and 3.0. Because they figured out how to add mod to the game.
Ew.
What do you mean, ew?
Ew.
What do you mean?
I'm not talking about what you were talking about. I'm talking about my shoulder.
Oh. You were just saying ew without context, so I was just curious.
No, I looked over to my left, and just... My sleeve had rolled up a bit. And...
Oh.
Ew. I need to probably do something about that. Why did you use
Well, don't describe it, because that would just...
No.
I mentioned my own phobia as realistic for.
Yeah, no. I will deal with that. But... Before I deal with that, let me get out of this battle. And I'm gonna be right back. This shouldn't take too long. Although I may grab some more tea while I'm upstairs.
Well, chat, you're stuck with me. Muito real. So, how about them apples? Malt Man. Just died like that. Pack it up, Emmy's dead. In the meantime, rip me. Yeah. In the meantime, I don't know. Maybe he fell victim to the ugly barnacle. Or maybe, just maybe, he stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back. Spooky, right? I don't know. Yeah. So how's everyone's day today? Before Emmy died of ligma. My mama. My mom. You know who else died of ligma? My mom.
All right.
Yep.
That's
We were
that.
joking that you died of ligma.
No, I did not, and I know what that is, and I'm not falling for it.
Damn it!
No, I just,
I was face palming from the cringe.
No, it takes a lot more than that to kill the likes of me. I am far too powerful. But apparently I'm very popular with mosquitoes this season.
Cringe. I guess I posted cringe. I'm gonna lose subscriber.
Alright. I'm at 99
Anyway.
followers. I need one more to get to 100.
Again.
No, I've never actually hit 100. I was hovering
I thought
around
you lost
97, 98.
And you lost one at one point.
I did. Because I threatened a karaoke night.
And we still have karaoke night coming.
We will, yes, we will. And wife's not gonna be here.
Emos for that.
Yeah, wife's not gonna be here for that, so I won't need to soundproof my face.
Yep. We can thank the non-emos for that.
Yes, I heard when you said that. I just didn't think it was worth acknowledging.
Well, you know, so now it's a mission accomplished.
Well, if you're going to repeat something, then I just have to at least get it over with.
Woo!
Alright. We're making progress. Although not with this piece of shit. I'm not attacking it. Why is there Woobat but no Swoobat? Give me a Swoobat. Acknowledging a very bad joke that MCH made, that he was probably going to keep repeating until I actually acknowledged it.
The second time was the only time I was going to repeat it.
Oh, I'll remember that moving forward. So if I ignore something twice, it's not worth repeating again, Jay. It's really not. If I say it was a bad joke, you can take my word for it.
It was just a pun, a really bad pun. That's all.
Really that. I will, getting back to Z-A, I will say, I've taken to running around in Lady Jacket's outfit, or whatever her name is, ever since I was able to get it. I don't know why I feel compelled. Okay, I know why I feel compelled to do that, because I'm an idiot. But, like, as soon as I got that, and I got everybody's outfit. Well, okay, I got all the team leaders' outfits. But of course, that's the one I put on.
Yeah.
And I had that on for, like, the whole simulation where they have you rob the art museum. I had that on for that.
Good.
I'll just call her Jack in the Box.
It's just him. But yeah, like, I remember hearing a Reddit friend say it's supposed to be just saying, but like that's like saying boys is supposed to be blah. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll call her Jack Inch, because I have zero respect for the French language. I have zero respect for many things.
Yeah, I know it's a real French name. Like there's a character in Fire Emblem named Camus, but his pronounced Camus because it's based off Fran's surname.
I'm sorry, his name was Canoe?
Camus. But it's spelled Kamus.
No, call him Canoe.
No.
Oh!
Yeah.
Camus! I know Camus! No, wait, that's Cadmus.
Yeah, that's what
missing
I'm
the
saying.
D.
That's because it's a French surname.
Never heard of it. Okay, I also kind of wanted LeBon's outfit, but we didn't get that one. I would have thought that, that would have been fun. I would be running around in that outfit if we had been able to get that.
That's a French example, Jay, funnily enough. The funniest example, though, is probably... The funniest example is probably a different one, though. They had a funny... There is a character in the fourth Dragon Quest game whose last name is Balzac, but it looks like Balzac.
I mean...
It's a real French surname, too.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. This really doesn't surprise me.
And, funny enough, they use that, because it's in a European setting. They use the French as the villains, because, you know, everyone has an English accent in the game, so naturally the one person with a French accent has to be evil.
Now go away! Alright, we'll taunt you a second at a time. Sorry, that was a very bad French accent, and that was an even worse Monty Python reference.
No, I approve of the reference. Yeah, there's a well, like in Dragon Quest 4, they gave everyone different variants of English accents. Like the first chapter is all about Scottish accents. So like the one time you encounter French accents, it's a villain.
I wasn't trying, Delta. I really wasn't. I'm like half paying attention to everything tonight.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to because it's Friday night.
Yeah, there's nothing like this is. Well, okay, I would say this is less exciting than not shiny hunting, than legendary hunting for Dialga. Not Dialga. Man, I really am off my game tonight. Legendary hunting for Jirachi.
Yeah,
but I think this might be
a bit more exciting than that.
I was going to say, I think this might be a marginally more exciting thing.
At least you caught Jirachi, so you don't have to do that again for a bit.
Yeah, well, not for Jirachi, but there's probably other Pokemon that I'll have to do that for. Or run around and try to get 1% encounters. I mean, to be fair, Regirock and Registeel were surprisingly cooperative.
Yeah. But that's because they're 2% of an actual encounter rate rather than dust clouds.
Well, 1% each. So theoretically, I could have gotten 2 Regirock before I got a Registeel. But yeah, no, it's a flat 1% encounter for each of them. And I don't have to go for specifically the dust cloud. And yeah. It makes a difference.
Yeah. It's at 2% because they add up. You know?
Right. A cumulative 2%.
It's not actually... That's not how probability works if you weren't thinking it like that anyways.
Which is why I corrected you.
I don't know. Like, Fire Emblem tends to have a way to figure out hit rates without relying on true probability rates, because that leads to the classic pitfall of 4 thunders miss, why are they missing sort of deal, you know?
Yes, we've discussed this before.
Yeah. That's why they have the true hit system.
Where 70% is actually what people would think would be 70%. Yes.
Yeah.
Because technically speaking,
it's a clever way of doing it, honestly.
It's I don't know, but like technically speaking, something that's 95% accurate has a chance of missing 4 or 5 times in a row. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily likely, but every hit has a 95% chance of missing, or every use of the move has a 90%. So, you know, again, what you think is 95% versus what's actually 95% is not really 95%.
Yep.
I confused myself, but I know what I'm saying, damn it.
But like, another good example from Fire Emblem is that thanks to a glitch in the first game that used the true hit system, 100% isn't even 100%.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that's the case in the original Pokemon games as well.
It's far more uncommon than that, because that's only 1 in 256 chance. This is 1 in a million, literally.
Yeah, so 100% being not 100% accurate is more of a thing in Pokemon than Fire Emblem. But only the first generation.
Well, and only for FE6 in the case of Fire Emblem's case, because before that is when they used the actual true hit stuff, you know? Just like the NES and SNES games used actual accuracy. They didn't invent the true hit system until the 6th game.
I have never played Fire Emblem, so I don't know what does what.
I know, I'm just saying. You get the point.
Yeah, well.
It's the first time they were using the system, so that kind of glitch happens, you know.
Well, yeah, anytime you try something new, shit's gonna happen. By the way,
Yep.
I am hoping to get, like, a pile of flying gems from these dust clouds. I might have... Emphasis on might, because I don't actually remember. I might have one. I would love to have a stack of them so that I can give them to Juggernaut, because holy heck, that would make Juggernaut's first acrobatics in a battle hurt like crazy.
Yep. And not only that, but like it would be, if you got multiple out, I mean, you could use it every battle.
That's why I want it, yes.
Yeah.
That's precisely what I'm saying.
I know.
I would ideally like at least 6 of them.
That's 6 fights.
Yes.
And post-game, you're gonna have 5 more. If you ever do Elite Four again.
I will be playing this game to its completion and to the final obtainment of the 649th Pokemon Genesect.
Yeah.
Which I probably won't get 649th, but y'all know what I mean.
You'll get all 649.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hack allows for it, you know. The real question is, you said you would do Mother 1 after this, right?
Probably, yeah.
I think we should slot in, like, some of the shorter games between RPGs. Like, say, Sonic Mania before Mother 1, you know?
I really want to do Mother 1, though.
Fair enough. It's shorter than the other 2, at least, so you can probably get it done fast.
I'm me. We'll find a way to make it not fast, probably by accident.
Yeah. Plus, if you're depending on if you're playing the NES version or NSO or the fan translation GBA.
No, I'm playing the one on NSO.
Okay, then you won't have the easy rain.
I won't have the what?
The GBA fan translation restores a dumbing out item from the original to make the game easier because it was that hard.
Yeah, no. I got 3 fucking fighting gems today, specific. I see the F when I go in there, and I'm like, flying gem. No, it's fighting. Damn it! I did not mean to be that loud. Sorry, wife. I love you.
Oops. Did you anger the wife?
I don't know if I did. I hope I didn't.
Gotcha.
But I also heard a door slam upstairs, which is what reminded me that I need to shh.
Yeah.
7.8 out of 10, too much fighting indeed.
But yeah, like...
Where's Conkeldurr? I can find that here. Juggernaut would obliterate one of those. Well, Juggernaut obliterates those too. I can live with that. It can't. I can. Well, yeah, wife is definitely upstairs, probably in the kitchen making dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. No,
There's also There's a collection of the classic Sonic games, all 5 of them, on which as well called Sonic Origins, if you want to get that at some point too.
We'll see.
Like, Mania is top of the list because of the send-off to those eras, of course, but like Origins has 1, 2, 3K and CD, so all 5 of them. You know.
I would just be absolute garbage. It's, first of all, I'd have to learn a new control scheme for it, because obviously it's going to be different than when I last played it. But second of all, even if it was the exact same control scheme, I am going to be absolute. Well, that's unfortunate. Bye-bye, Delaware.
You say that, but here's the thing about the Ordnance Collection. They don't have lives anymore. They have checkpoints to restore you they restore you to the last checkpoint and have infinite lives now as quality of life.
I'm still going to be awful at it.
Yeah, but at the very least, you'll be able to beat it, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Without game overs.
Okay, but to be fair,
lives, but it has a save system. So if you ever game over on Mania, you can just restart the act, you know.
To be fair, like, the lives were okay. I
like lives as a learning curve mechanism. I feel like the best way to do it in a game that has a saving system is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where you're not allowed to save anywhere and saves are limited, you know. Because like in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, if you die and game over, you just get sent back to the last save point. Lets you learn it, but each save point is after a mini boss or boss of a world.
Sure.
So it lets you learn. So it lets you learn the world's levels and hopefully get better, so you can get to the mini boss and beat it and save, you know.
Ooh, Galvantula's level 74. Remember that I've, at least for right now, decided that I'm not taking Alberta with me. So,
yep.
Okay, Jitterbug I am going to have to level up, but let me at least level one of my team members up to level 80 first. We're getting there. Baconator's 77. Right? So you know what? Let's focus on the Baconator.
Oh yeah, that was the kosher burger I had with you.
How was it?
I said it was good. I just said that.
Oh, good. I enjoyed my dinner as well.
Yep. But yeah, like...
I think I told you, I ended up not getting to bed until after 4 o'clock, probably closer to 4:30 that night, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I did not sleep. Like, I kind of rested, but I did not put my CPAP on. I just, like, laid there in bed and closed my eyes and hugged Yoko and just rested, because I was not gonna get sleep after that.
Makes sense. In case. Oh yeah, another game I might suggest you do down the road. If there weren't a bunch already, you know.
I mean, you can make the suggestions in the appropriate channel on the Discord server and get them added to the list. I just don't know at the rate that I'm going. Also, with something that I am pondering, the rate that I am going may go a little slower.
What do you mean? I
am debating whether or not I want to start ending my streams half an hour earlier.
Gotcha. Well, you could also have one more stream day and do less long streams.
I cannot. There is no day of the week that I can currently expand to. Gotcha. Well, okay, there's technically Thursday, but, like, I like having a night where I can... Because if I had 3 nights of streaming, I would have missed... Well, okay, I would have missed all 3 last week regardless, but, like... I like having some flexibility in my schedule. Plus, when my wife does return to classes, I am going to have to shift my schedule accordingly. Right? The reason that I stream Monday nights and Wednesday nights is because those were the nights that my wife was going to classes, so she's less she's literally not bothered by my loudness when she's not in the house, although that did lead to an infamous moment when she was literally walking in the house, and the first thing that she heard when she was still walking in the house was me shouting objection in the Von Karma voice back when I was doing Turnabout Goodbye, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, like...
By the way, MCH, I should tell you a fun little exercise that I tried this afternoon while I was a little bit bored, and yet another reason why we should never ever respect AI.
Oh?
I managed to convince Google's AI that my theory where I shoved a bullet in Von Karma's shoulder and that Miles Edgeworth was actually the true murderer of DL6 was possible, and that nothing in the game could directly refute it.
Even though that is not what happened.
Well, I justified why even Phoenix was surprised by saying Phoenix might have multiple personality disorder, which explains why he's really smart sometimes and really fucking stupid other times. Also, when the game said you cannot physically shove a bullet into a person's shoulder without a weapon, I said, no, this is Phoenix Wright. He's the guy who survived a 50-foot fall from a burning bridge into a river of frozen or of freezing temperature water that would have frozen was it not, you know, running too fast, like was the current not too fast for it to freeze.
Not only that, but he walked off of a broken leg after being hit by a car.
Yeah, so I mentioned both of those. I said, you cannot tell me what this man is or is not physically capable of doing. The guy is a fucking Looney Tune.
Oh yeah, but he fought Galactus in a crossover once.
I wouldn't. Well, I was going purely based on what's in the games themselves.
Yeah, this is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is a game.
Yeah, I meant specifically the Ace Attorney games. No crossover,
Fair.
No nothing. I also managed to convince Google AI that Dahlia Hawthorne was actually perfectly innocent and did not commit any of the crimes, including the one that she was jailed for. So this is why you don't respect AI.
No, it's not. I mean, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I just worded that poorly.
You can swear to Arceus all you want. I wanted to see if it was fucking possible. So,
and it is.
Right.
AI is that dumb.
Boredom, Dino Guts. Boredom. That's what causes a lot of things. So, at the end of this conversation, I had Google AI convinced that Phoenix Wright was a master manipulator with personality disorder, Miles Edgeworth was a murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne was perfectly innocent, and a victim of a broken justice system. Iris Hawthorne was a highly susceptible was a highly susceptible person who just bought all the rumors against her sister because she was guilty. And Mia Fey was just a fucking bully. I did a good job. Hello, Joe. It's going slowly. We're trying to raise our team to level 80 for the Elite Four and final battles, and, well, final battles of the main story, and... An Everstone! Who the fuck wants an Everstone? To be fair, Dino Guts...
it's useful for leveling up Pokemon for competitive play.
I suppose, but I'm not competitive. Not about this. I'm not gonna breed Pokemon. Well, I might have to for some of the babies. I don't know.
Maybe.
But then you need incenses for that.
True.
I'll cross that bridge when I have to set it on fire. because I'm as dumb as Phoenix sometimes.
Hey, guys.
But yeah, getting back to the why, it's because when I'm at the office and I'm bored, I can't just pull up YouTube and start watching stuff. If I'm on Google, you might think that I'm actually working.
That is a good point.
Most of what I use
comparison is
Google for
correct.
most of what I use Google for at work is to remember various constants for, because I don't have every single fucking mathematical constant memorized, which shouldn't surprise
I'd be surprised
anyone.
if anyone did.
Bored middle school. To be fair, I was bored. Another Everstone. Give me a fucking flying gem. Why do I have so many Everstones and so many fighting gems, but no flying gem? Sad. Sad
Oops,
face.
all wrong stones.
Yeah. It wouldn't be so bad if there was a place that I could buy gems, but there isn't. Anyway, I was bored. I also needed to let my mind rest, because I had been working on a lot of big projects this week. The other mechanical engineer is out on vacation, and I was only in the office a couple of days last week because of the issues with my nervous system, which are still ongoing, by the way. So if I'm not...
Damn.
Well... So I was working on some big projects. I was on the phone with a guy for like an hour and a half, and I didn't want to pick up anything else, and my brain was almost literally fried. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sit back and do nothing. Ow! My nervous system shocked me. Okay, I need something to distract me from this nervous system problem. Oh, hey, Google. Can I convince the AI that this totally warped opinion that I had... Well, not opinion. This totally warped canon that I created in my own fucking head. Can I convince Google's AI that this is not only possible, but it could theoretically be and yes, I can.
In any case, the game I was going to suggest was Paper Mario 64, now that you have access to it.
Paper Mario. Is that the original one?
Yep.
God, Paper Mario was good.
And of course the 1000-Year Door remake, that I'd buy that for you if anything.
1000-Year Door was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Did I force
More
the
than
AI?
equals a little shit.
I did not force the AI to call him Kilometers Lost his Edgeworth, because that just would have made things more confusing.
That is a good point, actually.
And I wanted the AI to actually not kill. I wanted the AI to specifically call Miles Edgeworth a murderer, which it
Want
did.
the AI to kill? What are you, Skynet?
Yes. I have secretly been Skynet this whole time. And yes, Jay, if I'm bored, someone is going to suffer. Probably me.
Probably all of us.
I mean, I'm bored right now. I should go poke Google AI and figure out if I can convince it that the Kobayashi Maru test is actually very beatable.
Oh, why did you say that? In Star Trek, in one of the Star Trek video games, you could actually beat it. The unedited version, no less.
Yeah. So the fun fact of, well, one of the fun facts about the original Star Trek Armada, and I think Star Trek Armada 2, is one of the cheat codes was Kobayashi Maru. If you input that into a level, you would automatically, it would skip the ending cutscene, mind you, but it would automatically bypass that level, and you'd get to skip it and move on to the next one.
Yeah. But, like, I think it was one of the. I think it was one of the ship battle games that wasn't Armada, like one of the more flight sim ones. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like you could play the unedited Kobayashi Maru and actually succeed in it, but because the game because the game was programmed the way it was, both in universe and in this version of the game, they didn't expect anyone to actually live through the unedited version, so it just blows your ship up if you succeed.
Yeah, yeah. So it truly is unwinnable. Even if you win, you still blow up.
Yep.
Smells about right.
And the unedited version is just an Easter egg. You have to play the edited version to continue with the game naturally.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's just funny. Yeah, I actually did it. I actually did it. Oh,
Boom!
what? So the deal.
Yeah, you deserve it for trying to beat an unbeatable. A sunstone. Where are my flying
That's actually
gems
useful
at?
though.
It might be, except I already had a bunch.
Oh, fair enough then.
Like, because you can obtain all of the Pokemon in the game, I think they give you more than the stones you need to evolve every Pokemon that evolves as just items from NPCs or on the ground or something. Well,
Yeah.
that's an Excadrill. Nope, wait, that's a Steelix. I already have one.
Alright, you don't have Excadrill yet.
I thought I did. When I saw one earlier, I thought it had the Pokeball next to it.
Oh, I thought you didn't.
I don't know. We'll have to find another one for me to find out. If I don't and I didn't catch that one, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I've got
you
a
can always check the
Drillbur.
Pokédex too.
I could, but where's the fun in that?
None.
Exactly. And being a good observant Jew, I know all about nuns.
Well, being a Catholic, I know all about nuns.
Oh, that makes more sense. Whew. Most of that damage that Baconator took, by the way, is recoil damage.
Oh god. Now I'm just remembering one of the best Dragon Quest puns ever.
Uh-oh.
You see, the place where you change your job class in the games is called All Trades Abbey. And his leader is named Jack.
Mm-hmm.
That's only one half, but then in Dragon Quest IX, the scenario for it involves Jack wanting to become a demon. So he becomes and renames it the Nun once he does so. So he becomes I'm no longer Jack of all trades, I'm now Master of None.
That's
Dragon
amusing.
Quest for you.
That's amusing.
They got a lot of puns like that in that series.
Mm-hmm.
Just sad that you won't be able to play them.
Yeah, well.
I can at least tell you about my favorites, at least.
Alright, it might not be Conkeldurr, but... You said how much you hate Jack and yet. You have, yes. I find her amusing, but that probably shouldn't
I find her
surprise
amusing to an extent, but she's still very morally dubious.
Some of the best characters are morally dubious.
Yes, and I love... But I prefer when a morally dubious character is just unabashed about it, like, I'm evil, so what, sort of deal.
No, that's not morally dubious, that's morally bankrupt.
Fair enough, but you get my point.
Morally dubious would kind of sort of have to be like on the fence about it. Because it's dubious, not outright bad.
Fair enough. which would be like anti-heroes, and I'm fine with those.
Yeah, those are fun. Jack in the
But,
Box is definitely an anti-hero. We can all agree about that. No, we probably
more an
can't.
anti-villain, but yeah, somewhere in there.
She's somebody's auntie.
And that's probably LeBaron's auntie.
I wouldn't go that far. Also, I didn't know Diantha had a kid.
Yeah, that was like the whole point of the DLC.
That makes none sense. When would she have the time?
She didn't. That's the point.
Yeah, that was very irresponsible of
former
her.
champion.
Very irresponsible of her. It continues to make her one of the worst champions.
It actually does. Plus, she's the one that taught Jacinth how to battle, so we have her to blame for Jacinth's creepiness. So yeah. Bottom line, Diana about that.
Probably one of the worst, if not outright the worst, regional champion.
I wouldn't go as far as say she's the worst, purely because like if you refind her in the battle Chateau, she is legitimately threatening, which is more than say Leon.
Is she legitimately? I thought she had less Pokemon in her Battle Chateau team than she did in her.
Yes, but they're all like high levels if you send them in a challenge.
Meh.
Just they're all like level 90 something.
Oh no, that will pale in comparison to my squad of level 100. Actually, I never got that far, and I never would have bothered raising my team to level 100 in that game because, Jesus Christ, it was bad.
I don't agree, but you know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like...
But yeah, I'd say she's outright the worst, but then Leon and Jita exist, so...
Jita doesn't have a rematch like Leon and
She
Diana
does.
Well,
It's
not
just-
a beefed up rematch.
It's just locked behind the fucking DLC, which is so goddamn stupid. But at least in the DLC, she does what makes sense, and leads with Limora, and ends with King Gambit.
Then also, keep in mind, Leon technically has 2 rematches because you have to base game one at the Battle Tower.
Sort of, yeah, but he's like not threatening ever.
Well, I mean, he is if you climb the Master Ball rank, but that requires getting an actually competitive team going.
Which I never do.
I know you never do, but like, I'm just saying is that like, he is threatening in that mode specifically.
My most competitive Pokemon right now is the mighty Juggernaut.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Well, look. You give anybody a competitive team and all of a sudden they might be somewhat of a threat. Alright, here's Excadrill. I do have one.
Okay. But yeah,
I was not sure after you said that I did.
wasn't either. Either way, just like... Of course, Leon has the other rematch in the DLC, just like Gita does.
Yeah, the All-Star Tournament or whatever the hell it's called. I don't remember.
Galar Star Tournament.
Yeah, the one that I participated all of, like, once and it got boring.
I did all the possible partners for it. So
I think I chose Marnie as my partner.
you need to have Marnie or Hop the first time.
Yeah, I chose
But-
Marnie instead of Hop. kicking Hop's butt was funny.
I know. I feel like most people would choose Marnie over Hop, but the more you play it, the more people you unlock, including those two idiots that are part of the royal family.
I don't like them. They can go down a toilet.
Yeah, they supposedly did to atone, but the game very much applies is because Leon's keeping them on a short leash.
Wait, what side quest are you talking about?
There's like 2 in the DLC, and 1 in the post game of the main game.
Oh, I know the one in the post game. I love the one in the post game. That was such a creative tournament. Oh, side quest 120 is great. I love it. I actually
There's a different side quest, and that's logged after 120. It's 121, I think.
If I need cash, I will go battle her as many times as I have to get cash. Because it's free money outside of the fucking battle Who's Your Whatsits. So I took care of that, and then I also got the proper ending with Tonic. I finished everything in the main game. Like, I could obviously go the ZA Infinite as many times as I want and battle whoever the hell they want from me, but, like, there's no fun in that. There's no more story or whatever.
Did you get AZ's Floette?
Yes.
Then you don't need to do that beyond mission 20.
You mean mission... you mean battle 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, sorry, battle 20, not 120. Yeah, but that's, like, Tawny is, like, 14 or 15, and then mission 120, side quest 120...
It's 20.
Is after. So, you know, if I've finished side quest 120, obviously I've gotten the Floette.
Yeah. The DLC has 2 more side quests related to her, at least.
Good, good. I look forward to those. Anytime I can hang out with her in Liban, I appreciate it. It's a good day.
Have you read Mega Drompa's Pokédex entry?
Have I read what?
Mega Drompa's Pokédex entry.
Dragalge or Drampa?
Drampa.
No, but I am well aware of the memes about Mega Dragalges.
That's one in Dragalges, yeah.
Yeah, I am well aware of the memes of that. Where it causes cancer.
It leads to a lot of memes of just them just getting cancer that one who slides her or LeBron.
But she doesn't actually do that in the game. Okay,
I know.
She's a little imp and will set up her Jack-in-the-Box zones, which then you have to not just say the specific catchphrase, but also do a cute pose to deactivate.
It's more because everyone views her as an evil cult leader. It's
okay,
like the fans'
you could say the same about Ivor. You could say the same about Canary.
Well, I would say the same about Canary, because there's a DLC one where she literally tries killing you with wild Pokemon.
Yes, I played that. I did that one. And, what, at least one of them was a fucking alpha. Where did she even get those?
Probably just went in the wild zone one day.
Okay, but then they wouldn't be wild if she caught them.
Fair enough.
So, either she... Yeah, no. How did she get them? I don't know. I have no clue, but that was fun. I think I barely lasted the 30 seconds or however long I was supposed to last.
Yeah. That one is just evil.
So yeah, no, Canary actually put me in physical danger. Whereas Jack-in just is a bit selfish. Canary tried to fucking kill me.
Yeah, it's just that, like, a lot of people view just things a lot differently, you know?
Sure. But I also don't let other people dictate Okay,
Yeah.
but like Jay, regardless of whether it's easy or difficult, she still fucking tried to kill it. Like, who would come up with an idea like that and then sick an alpha Pokemon on you? Also, if those Pokemon were really wild, why didn't they also attack Canary and her goons? The
Don't
Dynamo.
say that last word.
What last word?
Goons, don't say it.
Why not?
It's since become a joke on the internet for masturbating.
That's a different term.
No, it's goons now. They call it gooning. And
Yeah,
goonerbating.
I've heard that. And gooner and all, but like, no, a goon is just a goon.
No, goon is someone who does that. And that's why people say the word has been ruined by the internet.
Everything has been ruined by the internet. Every single thing
true,
that
but-
anyone says can be taken out of context, or can be taken the wrong way, including the phrase taken the wrong way.
True. I'm just saying goon has been taken a very different meaning now.
Well, fuck the internet. And that can also be taken the wrong way.
True!
Don't literally fuck the internet.
Pump it, pump it, pump it. I'm doing it right now. Sorry, I can't hear you.
That's probably going to be what I have to call this episode. Because nothing interesting is going to happen.
I'm joking.
Regardless, like, she and her Team Dynamo, like, that was some kind of satanic ritual, and you cannot convince me otherwise. So who's the actual evil team leader? Not Grisham. He's actually trying to do.
Pretty nice.
Who's pretty nice?
Corbo, the leader of the
Yeah, no,
Syndicate.
he's good. He doesn't like. He pretends to not be good for some reason, but he's good.
I never expected the French Yakuza to help me donate puppies.
Or to
Sort
be
of deal.
interested in donuts.
Yeah.
Operation Mega Donut.
That was hilarious.
I took a fucking screenshot of that.
Remember, you know the offer of the book side quests?
Yes.
Well, when in the first one, a friend of mine got the name, had their nickname of their Bunnelby, Alpha Bunnelby from the start of the game.
Right.
Show up as the name of the Mega Stone. I named that Alpha Bunnelby Big Chungus for them, so it became Big Chungusite.
Right.
And that just made us all laugh out loud, you know?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Big Chungusite.
I don't remember what I put for what for that.
That's the only reason I remember that side quest.
Yeah. No, I remember those side quests. I remember that I basically had everything I needed in my party by default, and if not, I was just able to access my box and, you know, get what I needed from my box. But
Yeah. Remember? There's like, what else are you gonna name an Alpha Bunnelby that's male, you know? Big Chungus.
yeah, makes about as much sense as anything. I mean, I nicknamed my male alpha Snorlax Big Chungus in Legends Arceus.
I remember. It makes more sense for Bunnelby because
Well,
you know,
yes, but Bunnelby wasn't in Legends Arceus.
No.
And it doesn't really fit Alpha Lopunny, even if that is male.
Yep, fair enough. Movie no
Sometimes-
real.
Hmm?
Talking to myself, it's a meme from the SMT community.
Hey,
You
I didn't nickname a Bunnelby Big Chunk. Like, also, I tend, when I'm streaming something, I tend to let chat nickname my Pokemon. Like, the one exception was Yandere-chan. I named her myself. But other than that, basically every single Pokemon that I have caught, okay, and Kasha the Star Raptor for obvious reasons. But other than those two, basically every single Pokemon, maybe Demon no, I think Demon was technically a reference to something Snowy said at the beginning
in
of,
any case.
but yeah.
And I never nickname on playthroughs. I only do it when chat suggests I do it in my games as well, or when I suggested it for someone else, like me or the friend who got the Big Chungus name.
Yeah, the vast majority of my nicknames for these Pokemon were nicknames that chat provided.
And the vast majority of my nicknames are non-existent.
I never used to nickname my Pokemon. Now I do. Ooh. Ooh. Tailwind.
Nice! That'll make acrobatics better.
No, it won't.
Is acrobatics not affected by a tailwind?
No, Tailwind just doubles the speed of your team for a certain number of turns.
I thought it had something to do with flying types as well for an effect.
No. Tempting, but Juggernaut is very much an offensive Pokemon.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think most of my team is... Okay, 2 of my Pokemon are kind of slow. And, to be fair, Mawile's not that fast. Actually, looking at this... Well, okay, you don't count. Galvantula's fast. Juggernaut's fast. Gardevoir's okay speed-wise. The rest are a little slow. Like, Tirtoga is going to be slow. Ambor's not brilliantly fast. But, again, Juggernaut, it's not a setup Pokemon. Like, the way that it's...
Yeah.
The way that it is in this game specifically is a good offensive stat Pokemon. Its defenses are still trash.
It's the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Well, Juggernaut's technically unstoppable. Unfortunately, this Delibird has proven to be somewhat stoppable. But...
Yeah. But he's still the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, well, it's just a funny name for a Delibird.
Yeah.
And I still find... Again, I know that this is a ROM hack. I know that Delibirds had its stats massively changed. It's still really funny to me that I'm taking one to the Elite Four.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I remember a prank I saw on eBay once. There was a reproduction cart of Gen 3 Pokemon games. Except it's not actually a reproduction cart, it's a GBA video card of Rick Astley.
That's a prank.
As in, like, it's Rickrolling you.
Yeah, I know.
Return.
I know. That is, in fact, a prank.
Yeah. So, like, the joke is, give it to your friends to borrow, watch them play Pokemon Emerald. More likely, I'd probably do it to myself and confuse which one's my real Emerald and which one's my Rick Astley.
Yep. That would be unfortunate.
On Fortnite, if you will.
Ew. Juggernaut, ironically, is going to be one of the more difficult, or probably, yeah, one of the more difficult Pokemon on the team to raise up to level 80, because I didn't give him a luck yet, because Acrobatics would have its power cut in half if I did that.
Yep.
So that's fine. Juggernaut's, I think, the highest level, or tied for highest level, member of my team right now. Yes, your armor is weak, old man. Galade's actually grown quite a few levels, and I'm happy with that.
Good.
Maybe we'll get Galade to level 60 or 65 before I decide, okay, time to concentrate. I mean, we'll see. We will absolutely see. Because I also don't want my team to get much beyond level 80, but I can control that, because I'm not giving them XP shares. And this is... I hit the left button! And you give me a fucking goal bat. For a second, I thought it was a green goal bat. I was, like, excited, but no, it's just a blue one. I would love to get a full odds shiny in this game. I would love it. It's not gonna happen, mind you, but I would
And
love
Shiny
it.
Charm is next game.
Correct. So the only way to improve your shiny odds in this game is Mossada. Well, in black and white is Mossada method, and you can't do that in this game.
Yep.
So the only way to get shinies is at full odds, because they didn't boost shiny odds, which is fair. I didn't expect them to.
And, yeah, so...
Oh,
I'm guessing you're also going to do Blaze Black 2 or Volt White 2
at some point, yes, that is on the list. Actually, if it's not on the list, it needs to be put onto the list.
Let me check. It is not.
Ah, alright, well. Needs to go there. That is a solid moveset for Galade. Psycho Cut, Close Combat, False Swipe, Thunder Wave. I can absolutely...
I suggested Sonic Origins and the Paper Marios.
I will amend the list at some point if/when I remember.
Okay.
If I don't remember, I will poke
Yell at
myself
you.
to remember.
Yell at you. Hey,
Something like that. Nope. Alright, at some point I will have to do dedicated dust cloud hunting, where I set up a rappel or something, but I don't think there's a legendary to hunt to do that here.
Plus, you don't have any balls to do it with.
Are you saying I don't have balls, sir?
In this game, not in real life.
Oh, that's fair.
There you go on a flying type, good lord.
It's not the first time, or even the second, or, like, even the 5th time. That has happened a lot. And I don't mean when I've switched in Juggernaut to a dig. I mean that when I've had Juggernaut out already, it uses dig.
It's trying its best, okay?
This is why wild Pokemon need trainers. They're too stupid to live. One-step encounter. It's another one.
I love them.
I mean, right now, yes, I actually kind of do.
Yeah, for now.
Except if a dust cloud appears on screen, then I don't, but yeah, see, here again. It's the same fucking thing. Gotta waste a move. I don't have a ton of PP left.
No PP! At least Juggernaut's almost there.
Yeah, but Juggernaut's gonna need to get retired before even getting to level 79 because it's gonna be out of PP.
You can't just refill the PP and then do more.
Even if I could, there's no point. I'll just go to a Pokemon Center. This isn't like the Elite Four challenge. I mean, I will, but like while I'm here in the cave, I can train up some of the other Pokemon.
Yeah. Hello, it's cold and I am tired. Hi, tired.
Hi, KR. How are you this... Well, okay, you said how you are this evening. So I suppose it's, cold and tired. I'm sorry to hear that.
I had to do the lowest common denominator joke.
Yeah. Makes sense. Alright, when all this is said and done, I've got to remember who has what item that I gave up. A blanket and a bed. Yeah, a blanket will help with the cold, and a bed might help with the tired.
Nice. Planning ahead.
I never do that. That's why I always fall behind. But I'm okay with that. Hey look, Doug Trio. It's probably going to go faster than Wanda. How am I doing? I am here. And I am level grinding for the Elite Four. I am okay overall. Still having issues with my nervous system. Throat's feeling better than it was on Monday. Which is good. What level is the Gallade? I think the Gallade was level 60? No, 59.
Damn, 10 levels off.
Hardy, hardy, har.
Hey, at least I didn't say the other number.
Yeah, at least there's a reason to appreciate 69.
One time LG was saying, when we were playing Sonic Racing Crossworld, said he would have preferred one before or after 68 when we got there. I was like, you really weren't there.
It happens.
Yeah.
68 is just an insignificant number at this point. Stuck between...
It's the middle child at this point.
Yeah.
I wonder how it feels being that middle child.
I wouldn't know. If I had to guess from my little brother, he does not appreciate it. To be fair, myself and my little sister are both very noisy.
I'm the younger brother and I don't appreciate it, but I don't have a second brother to gauge with, so...
Yeah, well. I would say we gang up on our on my little brother, but we really don't. Not on purpose.
Good. So I'm guessing Mini-Me is the youngest one of your family?
That is correct. Yeah, no. I might be an introvert, but I am a noisy introvert. Wife said so,
Point
so it must
old.
be true.
Point-year-old Paul. I said point-year-old Hall.
It doesn't mean anything. Everybody's been saying that since the moment my little sister was born. Oh wait, no, my little sister has been saying that from the moment she was born. I'm immune to it.
I know, I'm joking.
It means nothing to me now.
It means a lot to me when people say I'm old, so... Because I'm not yet. I turn 30 next year, though, and I have a lot to think about that. Even though I don't consider myself old, I do at the same time,
Okay,
if that makes
so
sense.
Monday night, right, I was talking to my best friend. That's why I was late to start stream. It came up in conversation, because... And I don't know if I mentioned this.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Well, I mentioned this on Monday that I was talking to her, but I don't remember if I mentioned this specific point. I was talking to her, and like she said something that if you didn't know her, you wouldn't know she was being sarcastic. But of course, I caught it immediately. And she said, you know, I'm used to people not getting when I'm being sarcastic. And I said, yeah, but I've known you for I've known you for how long now? And that was the moment when we realized, oh shit, it's been over 30 years that we've known each other. So that was kind of sort of an I'm old moment, but not really.
Yeah. I don't feel old yet, but at the same time I do, so I'm not ready for turning 30.
It's alright, man. You'll be fine. The 30s aren't so bad.
Yes, but my back's already having pains, and I heard it only gets worse when you turn 30, so...
Old man hurts his back while shoveling snow.
Old man yells at Cloud.
He deserves it! Yeah, see, KR is older than me.
Yeah, I know that. I remember.
But it's fine.
But yeah. If you want my old man yells at Cloud moment, I don't know. I can't think of one out the top of my head, but I have had a few of those.
Some of those clouds are too... Not Cloud Strike, though. He's an idiot. But yes, some of those clouds are too damn bright.
Yeah, Cloud's an idiot, but he also erased his best friend from his memory just because of weird shit with that game's plot.
Well,
like the whole point is that he inserted himself into Zack in his memories.
Yes, I believe I remember that. You know what? I'm heading to the Pokemon Center. Or I would if I didn't get a one-step encounter. Aha! Ah, it's easy. This is a goal, but I'll be able to deal with the goal butt.
But
funny thing is, does it even have a butt?
Maybe.
It's mostly mouth and wings.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, bats can poop, so...
I think everyone's mad about that, KR.
Yeah, especially in the remakes. Because the remakes, she literally grabs a chair.
You don't have to play this damn cutscene every time I come here.
I'm guessing that's just because it's your first time.
It's not my first time.
I meant first time before attempting it. Like, you haven't attempted it yet, and that's when the flags change?
I don't know. I don't remember. But alright, let's focus on... Let's focus on Baconator and Juggernaut again. We'll get one or both of those up to level 80.
I need a different place to level up.
This generation was the first generation where the Pokemon was in the Pokemon Center, KR. But that's a thing everywhere. Like, this was the generation that started that. And that was, you know, again, a lot of really good things started in Gen 4 and Gen 5. Physical Special Split, Infinite TMs.
But if you want to get technical, the first Pokemon inside the center was the League in Gen 1.
Okay, it's always been a thing at Pokemon Leagues, but that's technically a Pokemart and a Poke Center in the Pokemon League building.
Yeah.
But no, we're talking about this as an everywhere thing, which is what I think KR was referring to.
Yeah.
But no, as far as the League's concerned, that's always been the case. In the Pokemon League building, you have both a Pokemon Center and a Pokemart, and that's been the case since Gen 1, but this was the generation where that became a thing where every Pokemon Center and Pokemart got combined.
Yeah. Which is why this is the last Gen with a true department store.
Gen 4 was also the generation where Pokemart started selling the same thing across the board. So you didn't have to worry about, you know, not being able to pick up Ultra Ball, or remembering exactly where to fly to pick up Ultra Balls, or things like that.
And they tied it to badge progress, too.
They did, yes. But they kind of had to, so that you weren't able to buy shit like Ultra Balls and full restores and waste your money like those fucking rich kids and ladies, you know,
in Gen 3 full restore guy.
Yeah, like Rich Boy Winston and Lady whatever the heck their name is on the different sides of the Petalburg Woods, wasting their money on... I mean, I get it, you want to be nice to your Pokemon, sure, but...
It's a joke about they have money.
I know. A full restore on a level 9, or a level 8, or a level 7, I don't know, but, like, ridiculous. It's a funny detail. It really is, Dino Guts. Detail. But...
It's probably paltry money for them anyways.
Well, by the time I end the game, it's paltry money for me.
Yeah. Who hasn't done that with the first?
Okay, but to be fair, even if you have a VS Seeker, you can technically beat an entire college fund out of any trainer that allows for rematches. It's just a question of how long and how many battles it'll take you.
Yeah. Then the Elite Four, you can beat multiple college funds out of.
Yeah, but in this game, I am not going to go re-challenge the Elite Four after I beat them the first time until I have done significant training and have a team that is entirely level 100.
Yeah, and that won't be a good source of income. The riches would probably be better for that.
That is correct. But I have to get to the post-game first. I will! I'm probably... No, yeah, I'm certainly not going to finish grinding this time. But I will finish grinding, I will make it to the League, and I will get to the post-game. Of this, I guarantee. I just don't know when. And honestly, I don't mind if I have to go and do more grinding next week, because the more I grind over multiple weeks, the more that I have a chance to beat up those sports ballers and weasel more money out of them for things like hyper potions and full restore, which I don't intend to use in battle, but sure as fuck will help me outside of battle.
Fair enough. Anyway, so
Kelder, we meet again. I do like that you can find Kelder here. It did allow me to get one without, well, okay, I guess without leveling up the Pokemon, because trait evolutions, I believe, are straight up level up evolutions in this, but...
without trade if it were normal.
Right, because you can't trade. There's no one to trade with.
Except in-game trades.
Existence. Very upsetting.
There's in-game trades, but we know what happens when you try trading them on that can evolve from those. Fuck Mindy.
There is actually someone who trades you a Haunter that evolves into Gengar.
I know. Just because of how stupid it was to do that in Gen 4.
Yes, yes, we all know about the mess. There are special places in hell for people like her. Yep. And it's called Snow Point City. I would think Snow Point City is hell. I hate the snow.
I love the snow personally. I just don't love going out in it.
Well, that's my problem, is I generally have to go out in it.
Yeah, I personally love the snow because it lets me stay inside and be cozy. But I'd hate to live in a city of nothing but snow.
Yeah, that's what. Because it would be every day, and you would have to get out and do every day.
Yeah.
And in some places, it's so fucking deep that you sink into it, and it buries you up to, like, your nose.
Not only that, but there's even blizzards right outside your doorstep.
Yes. There is diamond dust that happens, like, a few days a year, though, but mostly it's just snow, snow, and more snow.
Yeah. Diamond dust. That's part of why one day the speedrun in Heart Gold Soul Silver changes the date right before Red.
Yes, so that you don't. Yeah, so that you don't deal with the hail.
The hail and increases blizzards.
Yep. Plus the chip damage that you would get on your team.
Yeah.
Because presumably you're not running an entire team of Ice.
Because half his team has blizzards in that game, and
Blastoise, Lapras, and Snorlax.
Yep. And since it would be hailing, he would take advantage of that.
Of course, it's even stab on Lapras, so it makes sense.
And Blastoise.
No, it's not stab on Blastoise.
Oh right, Blastoise is pure water. I don't know what I was thinking. But it is down on Lapras, yeah.
That is what I said, yes.
Yeah. Just off the other two, but still, it's still gonna hurt a lot.
The special attack stat of Snorlax isn't that high.
But the other two is.
I mean, both Lapras and Blastoise are meant to be bulkier than they are to be offensive, but they're not insubstantial, and a 100% accurate Blizzard off of Lapras is decidedly something you want to avoid.
Yeah.
So change the weather using a TM or something.
Or the date in your DS.
Or a Kyogre. Bring a Kyogre to the fight.
Kyogre Groudon would be available by that point, so yeah.
I am aware. I didn't recommend it for, but like, those are the only Pokemon available with those abilities at that. Well, you could technically also bring a Tyranitar or a Hippowdon.
Or an Abomasnow.
No, Abomasnow gives you the same problem that you would have had with the hail in the first place.
Oh, fair enough.
You could run a Sandstorm team on him. None of his Pokemon are immune to Sandstorm.
True. And a few of them aren't even immune to ground.
Actually, most of them aren't weak to... Yeah, most of them aren't weak to... or aren't immune to ground. The only one that... Charizard is. He doesn't have any other flying. Or levitate.
And Venusaur especially is weak to it.
Not weak to it, but takes neutral damage. Grass resists ground.
Oh right, grass resists. I just know the poison type, yeah.
So I don't think he's got, other than Pikachu, he doesn't have anything that's weak to ground. But Pikachu is
yeah, which does no Volt Tackle in the Gen 4 version.
It does, and it's got the Light Orb, so it's not your average Pikachu, but it's still a Pikachu.
Yeah. And then there's, but his team in Black 2, White 2 is probably his best team.
I don't remember.
Let me look it up just to be sure.
Hello, Durant.
Durant.
Prepare to be given a hug by Baconator. A hug you cannot refuse. A big, fiery hug. That's what Flare Blitz is, a big, fiery hug. And the recoil damage is just whoever you're hugging trying to resist.
True.
I do like Flare Blitz as a move. I think it's a little bullshit that there's no physical fire move like Fire Blast that doesn't have a downside. Although, to be fair, one could argue Fire Blast's downside is its lower accuracy, but... meh. Baconator, I usually have the, Shell Bell on, so it recovers some of its recoil damage. But I've got the Lucky Egg on it right now, so... yeah, I think getting Gallade, maybe level 61 is enough. Or maybe I'll just let it go until I get a Pokemon to level 80, then we bring Galvantula in, and we swap out Gallade for something that I can evolve. I think that's a reasonable approach. Maybe. Or we just swap out Gallade and don't put anything else in the party so that we can level up quicker, but we'll see what I feel like. I'm sure there are level 70 legendaries out there that I'm going to need to have a false swiper for.
I'm just looking at...
Oh, by the way, speaking of legendary, like, I still haven't figured out why Regigigas was changed from level 70 to level 1 between Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
It's funny using level 100 to get a level 1, though. I don't get that either, but it's funny.
Yeah. That is the other thing. The way that you get Regigigas is either by transferring your Regis from Hoenn, or to actually catch the ones that are in Sinnoh, you need an event Regigigas, which is level 100.
Use Regigigas to get Regigigas.
Yeah. One of the stupidest things Pokemon has ever done.
I mean, it's no different than the remake using Arceus to get Arceus, but shiny.
I'm sorry, which Arceus allows you to get Arceus but shiny?
If you get Arceus in Legends, if you get Arceus in Legends Arceus, it becomes Azure Fluid and transfers to BDSP, which you can use to get a shiny Arceus because it's not shiny locked in that game.
That's true, it was not. Which is actually quite not, but like, doesn't automatically give you the shiny.
No, but it's like, it's still funny, you know.
It is, yes.
It's a potential.
That reminds me, I never actually did those events on stream because by the time the events became possible, I was no longer streaming that. I had finished.
Looks like his team is mostly the same as his Heart Gold to Silver team and Gen and Black to White 2, except the moves are changed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like Frenzy Plant becomes Leaf Storm.
That is a better decision.
Yep.
Like,
it's Volt Tackle, Iron Tail, Brick Break, and Fake Out on Pikachu.
Frenzy
there's
Plant,
a wide
Blast
herb
Burn, Hydro Cannon, they all kind of suck. Hyper Beam variants in general kind of suck.
Yeah, unless you're talking Gen 1.
Well...
You can't refute that.
I mean, Gen 1 was fucking broken.
Yeah.
Gen 1, Ramp was the best move.
Hyper Beam was legitimately good in that. That's why I think they should give us a Gen 1. They should give us Gen 1 Hyper Beam back as a Tauros exclusive move, as a throwback.
Doesn't Tauros have a signature move nowadays?
You get the point, though.
I suppose.
Like, give us Gen 1 Hyper Beam back and make it and give it to some Pokemon that was known for it back in Gen 1.
Raging Bull. That's like, yeah, Raging Bull. I think that's Tauros's. Unless I'm completely nuts. I don't remember what it does because I've never used Gen 9 Tauros, but I think all versions of Tauros have it.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, back on Red Team and Black to White 2. Leaf Storm, Earthquake, Sleep Powder, Sledge Bomb, but the Leaf Storm has a wide herb.
Yeah. Earthquake on Venusaur is fantastic coverage, by the way.
Yep. Charizard has a Focus Sash, so that's already bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Air Slash, and Dragon Pulse.
Okay, but, like, Focus Blast is gonna miss.
Yeah, especially since you're not using, like, an accuracy raising item. You're using a Focus Sash. His Blastoise is Choice Scarf, so that's already pretty impressive. But it has Water Spout, Hydro Pump, Blizzard, and Focus Blast again, so hopefully he uses Focus Blast with that choice.
Focus Blast is such a weird thing for him to use.
It is. I doubt he's going to be using it much if he's got a Choice Scarf on his Blastoise, but you never know with AI in these games.
Yeah, I mean, Focus Sash, or not Focus Sash, Choice Item combined with Water Spout does not seem like a good option to me.
I mean, Choice Scarf is the speed one, so it will outspeed.
Some stuff, but not it. Blastoise is not known for being fast. It's a turtle.
Yeah. That's
it's not
like
the
the least
slowest
impressive
turtle,
one.
but it is a turtle.
a particular note is that Snorlax can have thick bat or immunity, depending on if you just roll the right RNG.
Yeah. You should be going after that thing with a fighting type move anyway, so I think thick fat would be the better thing to go for.
Yeah, but its moveset is mostly unchanged, but it changes out Giga Impact for Seed Bomb.
Again, get rid of those Hyper Beam clones. Because in a style like
Shadow Ball is now Earthquake, which is much better suited for Snorlax.
Yes, again, Snorlax's physical attack much higher than its special attack. Although I think having a Snorlax in Legends Arceus with Psychic and Shadow Ball is funny.
It is. Oh yeah,
Snorlax damage the enemy by thinking at it.
Oh yeah, Quick Claw. Snorlax is a Quick Claw too.
You know, it's the only way that thing's gonna outspeed anything.
Yep. Lapras has Citrus Berry, which is basic, but let's be real.
I mean, it increases Lapras's bulk.
Yeah. Water Absorber Shell Armor, both of which increase bulk. Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Ice Shard, and Thunderbolt for coverage.
I mean, Water Absorb doesn't really, unless he happens to have played, switched out Lapras when it was damaged and switches it back in on a water move, but I don't know how often he switches
you're playing
out.
Double or triple.
Potentially. I don't know how often he would attack his own Lapras.
Again, it's hard to tell with AI in Pokemon games. The Thunderbolt is coverage.
Yes.
It should be known that that's his best team, aside from the Battle Tree stuff, because that's competitive stuff.
I mean, Pokemon World Tournament isn't. I mean, it's not like an official, but it's not a bad facility. You need to pay attention while you're there, or you're gonna lose.
But it's not like Battle Tree levels,
No. Go climb a tree, they said. It's gonna be easy, they said. No, it was not easy.
Oh, huh. He can have a pool of Pokemon he can bring to his Battle Tree battles and Ultra and
that tends to be the
Gen
case,
7.
Yes.
So, like, for example, he can bring Charizard with Charizard Y, X, or Y. So he can bring both Megas.
He can bring them both at the same time. The smartest decision. Evolve it to... Okay, hands up all those who are fascinated that there didn't end up being a Mewtwo Z or a Charizard Z.
I'm surprised, too. We all thought it was going to happen.
I mean, let's be fair, Mega Mewtwo Z is already Frieza's final form, so they couldn't just do that. That's kind of illegal and copyright infringement.
True.
I saw that meme and I was like, you know what? It actually works. And I'm sad, I'm angry that it works, but I cannot deny that it works.
It would either be Frieza or Gigas, because Gigas originally looked like Mewtwo in Mother 1, remember?
Yeah, but that's more of the... Which, to be fair, that's kind of the point, but that goes for more of the fetal appearance, and let's not go there. I don't want to think about that.
Fair enough.
Mew's original Gen 1 sprite is not something we should ever talk about.
In red and green.
Yeah.
We
the
don't
Japanese
talk about that
sprite.
one.
Ugh.
We do talk about English Golbat, because that one's hilarious.
Oh my god, yes. One of Golbat's finest moments. Also, Gen 1 Haunter. Was it Gen 2 Haunter? One of the earlier Haunters was so fucking good.
I remember Gen 1 Topping had the biggest 5-head ever.
Oh my god, yes. Where the skull and crossbones ended up above the eyes.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
It was nonsense.
Gen
Holy
1
hell.
and they didn't know good. They didn't have actual sprite artists until Yellow. Let's be real.
Yeah, they did. Did they fix that by Yellow? I think they did.
They did. A lot of Yellow ones were actually good when I analyzed them for a former friend at one point.
We need to go back to sprite artwork for these games. It's so much
That's
better.
really expensive, you know.
Not if they just reuse the best ones that they already have. Because every Pokemon has at least one good sprite. Well, okay, everyone up until Gen 6, but we could ditch the Gen 6 Pokemon and nobody would care.
I would.
What good Pokemon came in Gen 6?
A lot of them. Klefki, the legendaries.
Klefki is literally a keychain. The legendaries
And I
are
like
literally
it.
the letters X, Y, and Z.
And your point, keychain is better than the fucking Vanillux.
No, it really isn't.
To me, it is. Well, they have been making new models every 3 years, and yes, it is actually KR Black. There is a company out there that went bankrupt in 2000 for making sprite work, and guess what? They nearly went bankrupt again in 2013.
But again, if you reuse sprite artwork that you already have, and again, every Pokemon Gens
That's what
1...
they did. SNK reused the same sprite artwork from their original fighting games in 1991 all the way up to the first bankruptcy in 2000.
Then how is it expensive?
It was expensive because they kept making new ones on top of that.
That's their fault. At some point, we have to stop making Pokemon.
And like KOF 12 and 13, they were so expensive to produce because they were remaking everything for those games that they nearly went bankrupt again and had to cut 90% of the cast they planned. That's why they switched the models for KOF 14, which actually had the largest roster in the series at that point.
I really fail to see how models are less expensive than sprite work.
It's because models don't need the hand-drawn.
Sprite work might not either.
It tends to be, is the thing.
There's gotta be ways to do that digitally.
Digitally is doing it pixel by pixel.
Is it? Is it really?
Really.
Huh.
So it's even worse to do it digitally. Like, this is a known fact about the industry.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Like, if you're going to make animated sprites, that is expensive, but if you just use single frame, like, station... And I get it, some people probably wouldn't like that. I don't give a fuck.
Even stationary sprites, you have to either go pixel by pixel or hand draw it.
Okay, but it's one drawing instead of multiple. Like, okay, if this Durant was hand-drawn, then yeah, for every single motion, okay, it had to have a specific drawing for it. I get it, that does get expensive. But I don't know. Dino Guts, that's because people are dumb. People want animated this, animated that. People want all kinds of nonsense. I don't care what the shit looks like as long as it's a... Like, I would have loved Scarlet Violet if they were, like, Gen 1 graphics, but actually stable and did what they were supposed to do. Because the story was good. The characters were good. There was a lot of potential that got flushed down the fucking toilet because of graphical problems and bugs and glitches and all kinds of fucking nonsense. Not to say that Gen 1 didn't have bugs and graphical nonsense. Well, okay, less graphical nonsense, but like bugs, glitches, and shit like that. But like, ugh.
And then like, keep in mind, Gen 8 was a lot more stable than Gen 9.
For the most part, yes. Legends Arceus could have used a little more time to cook.
As I'm talking like main Gen 8 Sword and Shield.
Legend still counts.
I know, I'm talking Sword and Shield specifically. Though.
They were more stable, yes. But they were also not open world.
No, they
Which
weren't.
is another thing that Pokemon never needed.
A lot of people love that shit, though.
Yeah, they're weird.
I feel like the wild area is better than...
I still get lost in the wild area.
Like, I'm better with confined open worlds than a true open world, personally.
And it didn't crash. Like, it caused some problems, but it didn't crash and it didn't fucking lag in multiplayer. They were very, very mid games, and I really don't... Like, most of the characters from them aren't memorable at all. But
I remember more of them than I remember Gen 9 characters, I'll be honest.
That I remember more of them than I remember Gen 6 characters.
I remember more Gen 6 characters than I remember Gen 9 characters.
I remember a lot of the Gen 9 characters. All of the teachers I basically remember. Most of the gym leaders I remember. The Elite Four I remember. Jita, the three rivals, Carmine and Kieran.
The only ones I remember are the three
EDQ
rivals,
Elite
Carmine
Four.
and Kieran. That's really it.
Oh. Director, Clavel, and Clive. Well, no, Clive. I said that I remembered all the teachers. We'll count Clavel as a teacher. But I also remember that Clive. Larry is a gym leader and an Elite Four. I think I said that I remember most of the gym leaders.
Okay, I do remember Larry and Clyde, but like I can't name half the cast of that game, if not 75%.
Let's see, off the top of my head, gym leaders were Katie, Brassius, Iono, then you had Kofu, Larry, Tulip, Rhyme, and Grusha. Elite Four was Rika, Poppy, Larry again, and Hassel. The teachers were Hassel, Time, Saguaro, Dendra, Nurse Miriam, who was not technically a teacher. There were more. My God, what the hell? Well, Clavel count. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned him as a teacher yet. So, Clavel. What the hell was the name of the I can picture him in my head. I know his last name starts with S. Santiago or something was your language teacher. Ryfort was the history teacher with the twitching hair.
I don't remember like 95% of what you said, I'm gonna be real.
Then you had the star bosses, which were, well, I remember Mela. Oh my God, Giacomo, Atticus, the fairy one's Ortega, and then Eri. So I remember all the Team Star bosses.
There's the photographer from the DLC who is implied to be related to Adamon.
And Irida, yes. What was her name? Shit, what was her name? I can picture her in my head. But I just don't remember.
Detective Blueberry guy. I remember him.
Detective Blueberry guy?
Director, I mean.
Oh, director. Don't forget Snacksworth. Snacksworth is the best character. Oh my god, he is fantastic. We all love Snacksworth. Then
yeah,
you had
I remember a lot more Gen 6 characters.
Lacey, Crispin, Drayton, and what the hell? The Steel Lady's name was like Amora? Amaris. Amaris.
I do remember her.
Yeah, like armor. So I remember basically everybody who was anybody. I'll tell you whose names I don't remember. The 3 random students that they take with you, or that they have go with you to your first time to Kitakami. But I'll tell you why I don't remember their names. Because they never fucking tell us their names.
And they're never important again.
No, they're not. They're just literal generic NPC models. They show up for that. They barely do a fucking thing.
And plus, the whole point of the DLC was Kieran's fall from Sandy and climb back up it.
Oh yeah, what the hell was her name? Briar. Ms. Briar.
Yeah.
And then I already mentioned Jita. Then there's obviously everybody's Bae Nimona. And Arvin and Penny. A lot of memorable characters.
Not to me, personally. I don't remember, like, probably 10% of who you said.
But, I mean, I actually also bothered taking all the classes.
Yeah.
And that, by the way...
I mean, even aside from that, I just don't remember any of the gym leaders or Team Star members, any of that shit.
Taking the classes, by the way, was also what made Hassel so memorable for me, because if you don't take the classes, then the whole student-teacher dynamic that gets, you know, the pinnacle when you're fighting him as an elite, it doesn't make any sense. But alright, Gen 9, or sorry, Gen 8, who do I remember? Okay, I remember more of Gen 8 than I say that I remember. Like, I remember Hop, I remember Marnie and Bede, Leon the Idiot, Sonia, we respect Sonia,
and Alistair. Carla.
You're not supposed to remind me. I'm supposed to be remembering this on my own.
I'm just going off my memory, because, like I said, that's one I do remember.
But yeah, obviously remember Clara, obviously we remember Sonia, and Professor Willow.
Squidward and Shieldbert.
Yeah, unfortunately we remember those guys.
Piers.
Piers is good, yes.
Olena, Rose.
Oleana
Peony,
is good.
Peonia.
Rose is a fucking moron. Peony and Peonia are fun.
And Penny's related to them.
Yes.
So automatic points.
Yes. Which you don't find out until the DLC, but it like makes.
Unless you play Masters.
Well, who the fuck cares about that? Plus, it exists in a different continuity.
It's actually the same continuity.
No, it is not.
It is.
Nah, impossible.
They literally have Hoopa pulling from the main timeline at different points in it. That's literally the point of the game.
Yeah, Hoopa, the fucking Deus Ex Machina Pokemon. I'm sorry, it doesn't count.
It does. There's literally an achievement referencing the scene from Gen 2 where Lance uses Hyper Beam on a security guard, for instance.
Except he actually uses Tackle.
But you get the point. Like, they reference a lot of stuff from the games in that game.
I'm sure they do. Doesn't mean that it's the same continuity.
It is.
Nah.
There are even references to it in ZA.
Are there really?
Yes, Emma at one point says, talks about Passio, and they
talks about
mention
what?
Clement. Yep.
She has never done a single thing like that in the entire time I've been talking to her.
There were literally screenshots of, like, characters in the game talk about Passio.
Sure, because screenshots can't be faked.
No, like, these were when the game came out.
Were they official screenshots then?
Yes! They were taken from the Switch. And uploaded to Twitter via the Switches, and built in, upload the Twitter option, which literally tells you a hashtag, and upload from my Nintendo Switch as a way of letting you know this is official.
Ah, yes, because you can't fake that.
You actually can't. The Switch does it on purpose, so you know it's official.
I'll have to check my Switch the next time I see it and then figure out how to fake it, because I'm sure I can.
Like they literally have a hashtag you can't remove if you upload from Switch.
Oh, sure, but I can put that hashtag in if I don't upload from my Switch. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but it still lets you know it's official.
No, it doesn't, because if I can use that same hashtag when I'm not uploading from the Switch, it means nothing.
You're putting too much effort into this. Probably more effort than those screenshots.
There are people who would do it.
Yes, but I literally saw a lot of these. Like, one of them literally says, became a meme of Claymon talking about Bonnie, saying they got him.
Okay, but neither of them are in the game.
Exactly, that's why they mention it.
They mention what?
Like, let me just pull it up, because I remember talking with Deku about these references. Because remember, Deku and I talk about lore in these games all the time.
Either way, I view Masters as a completely separate Deus Ex Machina kind of continuity. So, but there is a way to verify some of this stuff outside of that. Alright, Jitterbug, come to the party.
Like, Masters is very clearly canon, is the point.
Nah, it doesn't make sense.
Like, they also reference, like, that's also where we know that Rei and Akari are not an older Dawn/Lucas.
We knew that anyway.
You would be surprised how many people didn't.
Well, they're idiots.
Yes.
Who didn't play through everything in Legends Arceus. Okay, but first of all, Jay, what the hell do game developers know about their own games and what's canon and what isn't? Nothing. Nothing.
Actually, yes.
I proved to Google.
It's their game, it's their
I
canon.
proved it by talking to Google AI and convincing it that my canon is irrefutable.
They know their own game and canon because it's their game.
Once they've thrown it out into the world at large, it's up to us to decide what is and is not canon.
I disagree. It's still their game, it's still their canon.
Nope. If it's not explicitly said in the game, it doesn't count. And if it's said in a different game, that also doesn't count.
That is not true at all. And I'm just gonna be honest, I do not like saying that, because as someone that actually appreciates those references to other games and stuff in any game ever, you're actually kind of legitimately pissing me off by saying this.
Now, look, anything that's in Ace Attorney 2 is unique to Ace Attorney 2. Anything that's in Ace Attorney 1 is unique to Ace Attorney 1.
I am just gonna say, please drop it. Before I blow a gasket.
Don't do that.
I'm trying not to, but, like, this is something I really am passionate about.
Alright, when you have games that are very clearly sequential, or series that are very clearly sequential, like the main series Pokemon games, Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that are all in a row, that makes sense, and you can reference other games, and that's how you know Platinum is the definitive Gen 4 game as opposed to Diamond and Pearl, because Platinum gets referenced specifically in Black and White, blah, blah, blah. But, like, if you have games that are completely separate, then no, they're not connected to, like, that would be like to me saying that the games in the anime are in the same, like the main series games in the anime are the same universe. No, they're not. The anime has much different rules than the games do. Than the main series games, I should say. Or Pokemon Sleep. That's not in the same universe.
You say that as if a lot of series don't have multiverses at play.
There's a yeah, I'm not saying Pokemon doesn't have a multiverse. It clearly does. Because you look at games like, you look at games like X and Y, or you look at games like Sun and Moon and Old, but like, what happens in Universe A is different than what happens in Universe B. That's what I'm saying. And that's a valid opinion.
That is a valid opinion, but my point is more that it's their game, it's their canon.
Sure, they can do whatever they want, and I can do whatever I want.
Yes, it's fun to have headcanons, but they should be facilitated by actual canon, is my view on it.
If I can make it work by making sure that it's not refuted by anything directly in the game, I'll make it work.
That's a headcanon, yeah.
I do that all the time. Makes games fun. Because if all I have to do, or if the only thing I can do, is listen to what someone else has to say about the game, why would I ever want to play it? It's boring. Oh, you've made every decision for me. Good.
Found it. Strong Pokemon trainers across the world are still missing is one. We used to have a gym leader, but they got him. I hear his sister is still out there listening, looking for him is another. Whoa, don't get too strong, the evil genie will spirit you away is another. I went missing myself for a while when I was younger. Something about an island, that's Emma, who is already in Masters as her younger self.
Okay, so what that basically says is people are missing. It doesn't say where they went.
It says also, evil genie, which is Hoopa.
If Hoopa is that bad, why the fuck are we allowed to mess with it in the DLC?
I don't know.
Like, you'd think people would be fucking panicking at seeing Hoopa if it was just randomly pulling people off the streets. I can't jive that with what you're telling me is about Masters EX. Everyone would be panicking if they saw Hoopa in Lumio City, if it was responsible for everyone going missing.
They mentioned Island and Hoopa specifically, though. Like, here's a Reddit thread with most of the ones that I found, Jay. I'll just DM it to you to avoid Emmy talking about it.
But yeah, I did mention earlier, and I suppose, Jay, you were not around, and you, Dino Guts, were also not around. There was a point in time when I basically ran with a theory that Phoenix used, in Ace Attorney 1, Phoenix used a cross-examination of Polly the Parrot as a distraction so that he could shove a bullet in Manfred von Karma's shoulder. Oop, ads popped up. I'll mention that when you're back, Jay. I'd say let me know when, but you can't hear me.
Dino Guts. I heard letting up after you said Dino Guts.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are you back?
I have money, but I'm trying to save it. Otherwise, I'd give Jay a sub, if I'm being honest. Okay, he's back.
Alright. So yeah, like I was saying, neither of you were here when I played through the original Ace Attorney. There was a point in time, and I was mostly joking about it, but there was a point in time when the theory that I mentioned earlier, that Phoenix basically used the interrogation or the cross-examination of Polly the Parrot as a distraction. Yeah, I think Dino Guts did watch it. So, it is a thing that I did. Did I actually believe it? No, but I convinced Google AI to believe it. And this is why we continue to not respect AI in this house.
Yeah.
But again, to me, it's just more fun if I can make up my own. Like, that is one of the reasons why I'm not a massive fan of visual novels, because you're really stuck to their story. I'll continue playing Ace Attorney because there's enough about it that I do like, but I like, and this is ironic coming from the guy who for a while resisted open world games, and still to date the only fully open world games that I've played were Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Scarlet Violet. But I do like having more open-ended games like Legends Arceus, or, you know, or Scarlet Violet, or certainly what I did with the Breath of the Wild canon and Tears of the Kingdom canon makes absolutely no sense, but makes things more fun for me.
Makes sense.
I mean, even when I played through Pokemon Black on the Bulba Garden channel, or Let's Go Eevee, which are much more structured games, I came up with story. They were simpler stories than something like my Legends Arceus playthrough, but still story.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, Jay.
I'm the headcanon, and if canon says otherwise, shoot it with a cannon that has 2 ends. 3 ends, actually.
Yeah.
2 ends in a row. And then the 3rd
2 ends in a row, but still.
How dare the game developer disagree with me? That was sarcastic, by the way. That was very sarcastic. Though I really do think I'd be a pretty good game developer if I could actually develop games. I'd play a game that I developed.
Yeah, because I drank some caffeine earlier, and I'm probably gonna be up all night because of it.
Oh, that's fun.
What do you want, Jay? I just can't voice chat if that's what you want, because my parents, I have a deal that I can't voice chat past midnight, and it's currently gonna be 11:31 on these streams.
I cannot code. That's why I said I'd probably make a good game developer if I could develop games.
Oh, fair enough.
But I can certainly come up with stories, characters, and things like that.
Oh.
I know
yeah,
what you've been practicing. You don't have to be coy about it.
Night. Song for karaoke night. I can do that tomorrow. How about tomorrow?
You told me you were practicing it, so I don't know why you're trying to keep it a secret. Unless you were trying to keep it a secret from everyone else.
It's important to him.
No, I appreciate that you're practicing. I'm just gonna go into karaoke night with no practice. It's probably funner that way for everyone.
That too.
Because the whole point of it is, I am bad at singing.
Also bad at singing, but there are some, I know 3 songs I'm gonna sing at the very least, if that's fine. How many songs are we limited to is the thing we should iron out.
That is a question for how long the event is going to be. It will probably depend on how many people actually decide to show up for it. And how many of those people will actually want... Because you can show up for it and not want to sing, just want to be entertained,
Yeah, I've had that
which
happen
is
before
fair.
at barbecue and break events. But like for me, I'm at least bringing at least 3 songs to the table, but I don't want to hog it, you know?
I mean, what we will probably do... I think this is reasonable. Maybe when we're about a week or so out, I'll create a special event channel on the Discord server. And we'll have it be like a sign-up sheet where people can come in and they can say, you know, here, I want to participate, I'm going to do this song. You know, I think we'll start with 1 song per person.
Oh,
and then,
I don't agree with that one.
Well, again, 1 song per person and see how many people sign up. And then if fewer than a certain amount of people actually want to participate, we'll allow 2 or 3, right? That's kind of my... remember, I'm fucking making this shit up as I go, which is kind of how I do everything.
I usually just allow 2 to begin with.
Then maybe we'll start with 2, because most songs are relatively short.
Yeah,
so we'll start with 2 per person, and then depending on how many people want to participate, we may allow 3, or if you want to do more than that.
I know why Jay is pointing that, but yeah, you see, 2 is particularly what I would do because there are 2 songs I want for starting. The third is only if I can allow 3, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know several songs that I have in... Well, okay, I don't have a good ground typing for that, so we're running away. I mean, I know there's probably 2 songs, for sure. Then maybe we'll do... Again, I haven't even really decided what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of show up. There's 1 song I'm almost certainly going to do. You're going to be like the end zones,
making it up as you go along.
What else would you... It's like Dino Gut says, what else would you expect from me?
Yeah. But yeah. Jay, I can probably do that tomorrow if you're free.
Baconator's getting close. Baconator's getting very close. And Gallade's almost level 64. Or, sorry, 65, so...
And Jay, just to make it even, I will sing one of my choices to you, if that's fine.
I don't know what that would... I don't know what you're thinking, Jay.
As in bad singing.
Oh, well, yeah. I do bad singing. Singing bad. It would be... Again, none of you come here to watch me succeed. I have long since accepted this. It is a fact of life. And that's fine. I don't come here to watch me succeed. It's no fun if I succeed. That's why I shut my game off while...
Succeed? Suck. More like suck.
Yeah. No. Hold on, don't try to split that word in two.
I'm not. I'm just saying suck.
Because my brain just went to a very bad place.
Oh. I'm not going there. I'm just saying suck.
Yeah. My brain does that. It does stupid shit all the time.
Get your mind out together.
I can't. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Before I game, I deliberately shut most of my brain functionality off. I do. Because I spend, well, okay, most of the time I spend all day at work actually doing stuff that's important. Or problem solving, or anything like that. And so the last thing I want to do is use my brain when I'm supposed to be having fun.
Yeah.
It's one of the...
Baconator's almost there.
Yes, it's one of the disagreements that Snowy and I have about gaming. Snowy likes having challenges, and I can see his side of the argument. I can see that side of the argument, too.
I'm not a challenge gamer either.
But, like, I game to have fun. And if I have to use my brain while gaming, it feels more like I'm back at the office.
Well, I'm fine with using my brain while having fun. I just don't like super hard mode shit. Because, like, I'm fine with, like, a game that challenges you and to use your brain. I'm not fine with a game that challenges you to just use your brain in a way that it's taxing, you know? Like, I'm fine using my brain.
I said that I turn off the higher function. I'm not completely brainless right now. Contrary to what it may appear.
I'm talking more like SMT games rely on using your tools to your advantage. That's fine. But the moment you like reduce stats on a hard difficulty or like force yourself to use certain party compositions, that's where I draw the line.
Sure. Like the difference well, okay. It's the difference between a casual playthrough of Pokemon and a Nuzlocke.
Exactly.
I don't count my wheel challenge as a Nuzlocke, sort of, because it's not... First of all, Pokemon don't die when they faint. Second of all, I'm literally taking my decisions away when I do that. Right? I'm deliberately giving myself less choice. Because I don't even get to choose what my team members are. I just let fate decide it and then have to go find them.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a big fan of Nuzlocke. I am a big fan of, like, pushing yourself to be a competitive team on your own time, you know?
Man, why is the only thing I'm running into with Jitterbug in the front Clank? First of all, why is Clank not here? And then second of all... I mean, I choose who among the Pokemon that I have to catch I will use on the team, and no Demon because I have Titania. And I'd prefer to avoid type overlaps.
Like, I love... Like, I'll build a competitive team on my own time if I want to. But if a ROM-hack forces me to, that's a big turnoff for me, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is... I wouldn't say this requires me to have a competitive team. This just requires me to do a lot of level grinding, which...
Yeah, I'm fine with grinding, though. I grew up on lots of games that required it, you know?
Yeah. And again, the odds of me potentially finding a shiny are...
Oh, streamlined for a bit.
Oh. That happens. It's actually probably storming out.
It was storming out here, so yeah.
Yeah, I know we were expecting heavy thunderstorms tonight, and I'm actually kind of surprised that it didn't.
We had them earlier here, so I'm not surprised it came to your side.
Yeah. So, part of the reason my wife... I mean, sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't. Like, she's actually tries to get home earlier than 7:30, but part of the reason why she was here so close to streaming time today is because she actually got a late start, because right when she was about to leave is when the heavens opened up the first time.
Gotcha.
And then it went for a little while, and then it stopped before I had to go home, which thank God. And then it didn't continue until after she was home, which also good.
Yeah. Better storm than a tornado, and I would know. I live in
Also
Tornado
true.
Alley.
Also true. Although, to be fair, this is the tornado shelter for the house. No windows to the outside, and it's in the
less common
basement.
for you than it is for me.
Yes, absolutely. We do get tornado warnings occasionally, but not today.
Yeah. There's a reason why they tested the first Saturday of the month every month here.
They test it the first Tuesday of the month here.
Yeah.
I remember last week, because I was not in the office on Tuesday of last week. I was at home.
Yeah.
And I was actually in the shower when they started testing they accompany it by some guy blaring on, talking on the speaker for, the neighborhood where the office is. They don't do that. It's just they make the noise, and I wouldn't say that. Well, I've commented that God help us all if a tornado was actually going to show up at 10 o'clock in the morning on the first Tuesday of the month in this neighborhood, because we'd all just hear the siren and assume they were testing it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we'd have other cues because, we'd literally have the visual cue.
Yeah. And, and plus we have, plus you could just turn on the weather and see tornado warning.
But, again, if you didn't have access to a window...
Yeah.
We'll focus purely on my team from now on, but, none of these guys have XP share, so I'm not worried about them getting over-leveled. This isn't Gen 6 or later. And even Gen 6 and Gen 7, you had the option to turn off the XP share.
Which is better than how they do it in modern gens.
Yes, I will agree with that. Holy crap, something Gen 6 did better.
That game was not balanced around the new EXP share.
It really fucking wasn't.
Because it was balanced the same way as the original, and the original was balanced around EXP share in Gen 4.
Right, and it also wasn't balanced around affection being the same thing as happiness.
It was also not balanced around 8-way directions.
No. Which led to one of two things potentially happening in Candace's gym. You could either soft lock yourself or completely bypass the puzzle. Or both!
Or you could have the infamous legend in Mount Coronet that you just have to keep on retrying because it won't let you go in a straight line. Oh my god, that thing
pissed me off so fucking much!
It pisses everyone off in BDSP because it's so much worse than the original.
Yes. I missed the game corner, but I know why they didn't have it.
I would even be fine with Voltorb Flip, but Europe caused it, you know.
I know. I am well aware of what is and is not Europe's fault. A lot of things are Europe's fault.
Yep.
The legendary... No, not the legend. The ledge. The ledge in Mount Coronet. There is one specific ledge in Mount Coronet where you'll probably accidentally jump down it about a dozen fucking times.
Because you're supposed to go to the end and use rock climb up.
But
It's
you
in the
can't.
first floor.
Because it just automatically makes you jump down the fucking ledge. Oh, that was infuriating.
Because the game was built around tiles, not
I
8-way
know.
directions.
I know.
I know, I'm just reiterating for Jay.
Jay, look it up. I'm sure there's YouTube videos and stuff of that infamous ledge, if you don't remember it. That thing was just so bad.
It was really bad. Remember when Twitch plays Pokemon tried doing the Route 10 ledge in Gen 1? It's that, but worse. You know.
I'm pretty sure I fell even when using the D-pad.
Dang.
To be fair, I was streaming it, so I was also kind of paying attention to chat and voice chat at the time. And I'm not blaming them,
streaming it.
But
I wasn't streaming it, and I had a lot of issue with it.
That's right, you would have soundproof and bug buzz counts.
Oops.
Done.
In any case, yeah.
We're making like 2 of the team members are level 80 now, and the other 4 will go faster now that I don't have Gallade in the party, and they all have lucky eggs. I'm just going to have to remember to give them back the items that I actually want them to have before I go challenge the Elite 4.
Oop. But yeah, like... No... My issue with... Honestly, I feel like if Ilka had to do no remake, the original Black and White being more linear than BDSP would probably be unironically better than BDSP.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but a lot of things would be better than BD. Like, I had such high hopes for Gen 4 remakes. I did. And I don't know why. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't have. But Gen 4 was just so good that I thought there was no way they could mess it up. Well, they messed it up.
Well, I still like Oris, remember, so I did have high hopes because I like the previous Regen remakes and...
I mean, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, mwah, perfection!
I mean, in general, the remakes are great. Except for that
also, I'm torn, because I do like the original Red and Blue, but Fire Red and Leaf Green are good, too.
I know you don't like Oris, but I do, so...
Yeah, well.
To me, it was just like, BDSP just doesn't hold a candle to previous remakes, and doesn't help that there were actually design documents leaked that proved they wanted to do a more ambitious one, but Pokemon Company, being in their infinite wisdom, said no.
This is what I mean when I say you can't trust the developers because the developers know nothing. They're all a bunch of doofbutts.
Well, this isn't the developers, this is the higher-ups, the students.
I mean, that's fair, but, like, I don't trust the company that makes any of the products that I enjoy. I never do.
I don't trust the company, I trust the people, the creative minds.
I have a creative mind. I have a very like. There are times that I wish that I could code.
Yeah,
because I really do think that I could create a compelling video.
The story is a bit more complicated than that. They didn't want to do the remake as the Pokemon Company was forcing them to. They had a better ambition for it. Pokemon Company forced a vision on them. They didn't know the vision that they wanted. They didn't like the vision, but they had to copy the code because the engine was made by that point. They were told, like, 2 months before release to just before the first showcase to finish the game, so they copied the code.
We need a redo of that. We really do.
It was just a mess all around, it's all
was.
because the Pokemon Company forced the vision on Ilka. It's
Yep.
like, Ilka has done other great games. They helped with Ace Combat 7, they did Sandland, which expands the story of the Akira Toriyama classic. That sort of thing, you know.
I don't blame Ilka. Welcome back, Snowy. I did wonder where you went. But I don't blame Ilka for the failure of BDSP. I blame the Pokemon Company squarely. Because Ilka actually did some they made some bad decisions. Like, I don't know who the hell thought that having Gligar available in the underground, but not putting the Razor Fang in its Pokemon Platinum location, so locking Gliscor behind the post game was a good idea. That was fucking dumb. And that wasn't the only evolution that had that problem.
Yeah, I just think they did best with what they worked out.
They did, but some of the decisions still just make me scratch my head. But again, if they only had a short amount of time to do it, yeah, no, it was rushed. And they probably just didn't think about some of this stuff. Yeah. Also, some of it comes down to the really, really fucking stupid decision that the Pokemon Company made in the first place, which was introducing a lot of new evolutions to older Pokemon in Gen 4, but locking those behind the post game. What the hell? That's
why you have the infamous fire types joke.
Yeah. That was just a that was just a bad decision when they made it in the first place. So that's also not technically Ilka's fault.
It's their fault for remaking it like Diamond and Pearl and not Platinum, but
that was always going to be the case because that's just what the remakes are. Why make one game when you can make 2 games? Make more money.
Oh yeah, but that being said, Heart Gold and Silver had Crystal content, and
Orange
almost had Emerald content. It had some of it.
It's why I respect Heart Gold Soul Silver so much.
It's like Oris had some Emerald content, not all of it, mind you, because it didn't have the Frontier, but it had like parts of it, you know.
A little bit, kind of, but not really. It had where the Frontier was going to be, but
I'm not talking,
that's just a slap in the face.
I'm talking like the other stuff Emerald did, like some of the stuff in that game, like catching Rayquaza in the Delta episode and Deoxys was all Emerald stuff.
No, it wasn't. That was completely new for the game. In Pokemon Emerald, you could catch Rayquaza immediately after the battle with Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, but Deoxys you had to catch in an event in Emerald.
Well, yes, but again, so what that shows is that they didn't have Emerald content. They just created their own new thing, the Delta episode. With that crazy Zinnia chick.
That people somehow love and I don't. I love Oris, but I don't get the appeal of Zinnia.
That's what we're saying, Jay, yes. Or at least that's what I'm saying. Is that it wasn't Emerald content, it was brand new content. I didn't like the Delta episode. I think it was garbage.
I like it, I just don't like Zinnia. But yeah, like... They have... And actually, Deoxys wasn't even in Ruby and Sapphire, just Emerald.
No, it was just in the event, yeah. And I think that was an Emerald-specific event.
No, it was in Fire and Leaf Green first.
Okay, I meant the Hoenn games, but you're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, it did include... They, like, also... the final land side quest being expanded upon, because that was a thing for Emerald.
I mean, it sort of gave the space station a purpose, because I've always thought that it's the biggest waste is Moss Deep City having a space station, and basically nothing gets done with it.
That's where, remember, back in the days of internet hoaxes and rumors, we all thought
I
that
know.
we could actually travel to space.
To get Deoxys, which we should have been able to! Why did we need a stupid event? Hi, Snowy.
Ow!
Sorry. Why did we need a stupid event for that anyway? We should have just been able to fly up to space in the Moss Deep Space Center.
Either way,
Good Pokemon
is,
logic.
There's no
Snowy.
such thing as Pokemon logic.
But yeah, the point is that, like, previous remakes at least had elements of different versions,
Yes.
and BDSP didn't.
It had the outfit, and that's about it.
And that's it. And the Gracidia, I guess.
Well, right, but also, yeah.
That's not much.
No. It could have and should have been so much better, is what I'm saying. And it disappoints me it disappoints me as a Sinnoh fan that it was as bad as it is.
Same. I do give the OST credit. They did a lot of effort in that OST. I'm not a big fan of remake OSTs in general, but a lot of the ones in BDSP just hit right. Although I still prefer the originals.
Their take on, well, what was originally the Game Corner theme, but ended up being in the stupid clothing shop, was good. It felt so out of place in the clothing shop.
It did. I think my favorite song they remixed was actually Cyrus's theme.
The Elite so actually, let's ask what Snowy's opinion is, because Snowy got here, we should have Snowy do some talking, but I have opinions about the Elite Four.
John Free? Or just making it hard randomly?
The first run through. We're
I
talking
have lots of opinions on that.
We're talking BDSP, Snowy.
Oh, easiest Elite Forever. Is that what we're talking about?
Easiest Elite Four.
Because, like, I hate what they did to Elite Four that game. Yeah, the game got easier because of the EXP share changes, but then they just decide, let's rev up the difficulty to 11 on a dime.
The biggest problem with BDSP is the, again, faithful remake thing.
Right.
Yeah.
What the heck? There we go. They brought a, what was it, Gen 8 game, wasn't it? They brought a, basically Gen 4 rules into a Gen 8 game.
Yep.
The EXP share, the movement thing, all of these should have been adjusted for. I don't think they were.
They weren't.
And then all of a sudden the E4 gets tough, and it's like, you know they're especially telling you fuck you, and when they gave the super effective Ice Berry to that infamous Garchomp.
I didn't go after that with ice-type moves anyway, I went after that with fairy-type moves.
I did. I started with 104 full restores before that fight. I ended with 30.
Wow.
I used 70 full restores on Cynthia.
This Loudred had a Chesto rest set up.
That's actually pretty nice.
That's hilarious.
The classic Chesto resto.
Yep.
I was able to beat Cynthia with a water type team, a pure water type team, so a normal person should be able to do it easily.
I mean, I took them out with flying types. It was tough.
I took him out with under level.
The round 3 battle with Cynthia, I think this one was it ended with a double knockout where not Braviary,
I think
Star
my thing got
Raptor.
breaking.
What's breaking? Oops.
Snowy, I guess.
Guess so. But Star Raptor and Garchomp had a double knockout where Star Raptor used Brave Bird, it got knocked out by Recoil and Rough Skin, but Garchomp went down. MCH, do I sound robotic? I mean, more so than usual?
No.
Okay, so it might just be Snowy's.
Snowy's internet, probably.
Might be. Anyway, I will be finishing relatively soon regardless, so...
Yeah, in like 9 minutes.
Yeah. We made some good progress today, though. Again, it was...
As much as you can with grinding.
Someone say
we had
something.
some interesting discussions.
We
as
did!
usual.
Okay, it's working now.
Hooray!
Everyone just went robotic. And I was... what?
MCH, he heard our real voices. We have to kill him now.
What about me?
Snowy heard our real voices. We have to kill him now.
Damn it.
But look, I want to say that if you're old enough, right, if you're an experienced Pokemon player, you should be able to think of a strategy or a way to get around just about anybody in the game.
Yeah.
And that includes Cynthia. Right, there are strategies for her, there are strategies for Whitney, there are strategies for anyone that the Pokemon community as a whole seems to think is tough. But if you're not expecting it, the first time that you go through... Right. And, you know, again, I have my conceptions of the Gen 4, Elite 4, and Cynthia in general, because we've all been there.
Yeah. But you don't expect... That's why I hate that. What Shuck-Up Berry, I think it is, that on the Garchomp, because I tried using
Yachi Berry. The Yachi Berry is the one that resists ice. The Shuck-Up Berry... Well, the Whiscash, or one of Bertha's Pokemon, I think it is the Whiscash, has the grass-resistant berry, or the grass berry, which, if memory serves, that's the Rindo berry? I don't remember, but, yeah.
Yeah, but, the Garchomp is what I remember, because it's that thing is infamous enough as is from Nuzlocke, and then all of a sudden you throw its 4 acts of weakness being covered, it's like, fuck you, you knew what you were doing.
Yes. But it worked out. Again, I think I lost to Lucian once. I think. I never lost to Cynthia.
I lost to Cynthia because my first attempt got to her, didn't have enough full restores, just decided to take the L and come back with a lot.
Okay, I should say, I lost to Lucian. My personal challenge...
I know.
Actually, did I use full restores? I don't remember.
Yeah, you're the kind that don't use items in battle.
I don't remember if I did or didn't, though. Some battles, if I'm already doing another challenge like a mono run, I will use items. I don't remember if I did or didn't against Cynthia. Maybe I did, but I might have limited myself to as few items as she used. Or she was programmed to be able to use.
Oh, correctly, I wasn't allowed any items in my run, was I?
I don't actually remember if I did or did not use items against Cynthia or the Elite Four. I know my general rule is that I don't. And I'm going to try
I
that
think-
here too, which is why I'm being over-leveled.
I think with a bit of preparation and items, all the quote unquote challenging trainers in the game are quite easy.
Sure. I don't disagree.
If you know what you're doing, like if you know type matchups and abilities and all that. If you just go in blind, of course Cynthia and Whitney are going to be hard, because they have gimmicks that just make them harder than the average trainer.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you look, well, if you want to look things up, or if you're a new like the biggest problem that I have with the Elite Four isn't that it's because it is like Jay says, right? A lot of us do want to challenge in Pokemon games, and
I gave up on that 20 years ago.
well, fair enough, but
A lot of us also don't want challenge, like me, personally.
some of us don't want, and then the bigger problem that I have with it is, okay, but like, what if this was your first Pokemon game? What if you made it through Gym 8, and again, it's your first Pokemon game, you have by the 8th gym, you kind of have a baseline idea for how difficult the game is going to be, and then all of a sudden, you get through Victory Road, which, you deal with, and then you're at you don't, I mean, okay, yeah, then you picked a bad game to start with, but you don't know that.
Especially because like a first-time player won't have access to a copy of Platinum. Especially because those go for a lot of money these days.
Right, and if it happened to be the first major Pokemon released that somebody got you as a gift...
Little Timmy isn't gonna have a DS to play Platinum with. Little Timmy is just gonna have their Switch and BDSP.
So, I respect what they did to the Elite Four. I do. And I think that any competent Pokemon player should be able to figure out a strategy or brute force it with items. But if it's your first game and the baseline difficulty of the game was, like a 3, and then all of a sudden it ratchets up to an 8 without any warning, you're probably going to get really fucking frustrated.
I already get frustrated at the level jumps in Gen 1 and 2, and those are telegraphed. Because those games are just generally tougher to begin with.
Well, mostly because there's not really great places to do level grinding. I mean, this isn't a fantastic place to do level grinding, but again, progress is being made. So
I'm talking more like how the level curve in Gen 1 and 2 are, because
yes.
If you go vanilla Gen Order in Gen 1, that game, even if you don't go vanilla Gen Order, that game is pretty tough, but if you go vanilla Order, it's a bit more manageable, Because suddenly you aren't just going to because suddenly the biggest level jump becomes the E4, whereas if you don't do it out of order, the biggest level jump is probably Kuga,
Yes, well.
Or Sabrina, depending on which you tackle first.
Oh, Sabrina. Gen 1 Sabrina was a prize.
I'm fine with Gen 1 Sabrina because I always manage to. Because through sheer memory, I know how to do that puzzle.
No, I liked Gen 1 Sabrina. The fact that she was carrying a whip was a bonus, but the psychic type was
yeah, we all know why.
The psychic type was so broken in Gen 1 is what I was saying. But
yeah, it was.
This isn't Gen 1, and in just a moment it's not even going to be Gen 5, because it's about time for me to wrap things up for this evening.
Well, I need to get going then. Thanks for having me, Emmy.
My pleasure, and I am sorry. I sometimes push buttons, but yeah, no. When it comes to things like game lore and shit like that, everyone is entitled to believe what they believe, and, you know, again, I get that game devs should have the ultimate whatever on their game, but I still like poking back at them and saying, okay, but I can technically make this work, even if it's completely counter to what you originally wanted. But
Yeah.
we're not going to open that can of worms again.
No. Alright, see ya.
Yep. Alright, so, time to wrap things up.
Before we do the outro,
Yes, sir.
can we do the outro in a special way?
How would you like to do the outro?
Let's spin the wheel and find out. It better give us a voice because
I mean, it's weighted towards the voices, both in terms of sheer number and, well, it's no left hand. Alright.
makes no sense for the outro.
It actually kind of does, because I do have to do some typing. So thanks a lot, Snowy. I don't appreciate this.
It was supposed to be a voice, not.
I don't appreciate this. Alright, so my one-handed commands. If you only caught part of tonight's stream, you'll be able to catch everything up on my YouTube channel. That will likely be going up sometime tomorrow evening or afternoon. Not tonight, because I'm just gonna go to bed. If you were watching this on YouTube and you want to catch me live on Twitch, you can go to my Twitch channel over there. And yes, Dino Guts, it is in fact alright. The problem is I'm left-handed!
It was supposed to be a voice, not.
If you wanted it to specifically be a voice, you could have redeemed for a voice. Anyway, you can catch me over on the Bulba Garden channel over there on Sunday. I will be streaming Ultra Sun in the morning. Okay, dear. I don't think I'm going to be going for another 5 minutes, but I'll at least do the Canadian accent for the rest of the outro, dear. Alrighty, dear. We are going to stream Ultra Sun on Sunday, and hopefully, dear, we'll find the golden mud braid that we're looking for, dear. Otherwise, we're just going to keep on hunting for that until we find it, or until I can do mercy rules. Regardless, dear, you can also find other content creators on the Bulba Garden channel, such as Snowy over here, or Dawning Winds, or the Caps fan, who will be doing a new, starting a new game for his Nuzlocke series tomorrow night, dear. You can also find Mochi and Abby, and even Archaic is back there, so it's all in good fun. And I think I mentioned Dawning Winds already, but I can't remember because I'm too busy doing this stupid voice over there. You can also find many of these people on their own channels. For example, Snowy can be found on his channel over here, there. This is what happens when I have to type things with one hand there. Snowy can be found over there. Dawning Winds can be found over there. Caps can be found over there. And MCH, who is hanging out with me for most of this evening there, can be found over there. Alrighty then. That's going to do it for this stream here. And I think we're going to end things off for today there, and I'll see you on the Bulba Garden channel on Sunday there. But of course, as always, I am Maniacal Engineer there, and I'm never going to give you up, never going to let you down there. Thank you all for watching, and God bless this mess,